welcome to the Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarthy. You've got me and guests for the next 4 hours. Coming up today, we have got so much for you. Very excited about today. First up, it's all about Jo Carter and the perfect purse. Now, this kit, the last time we watched wear, sold out in, well, a matter of minutes. We've got it back. We've got a lot of stock of it. But there were so many of you that missed out on it last time. I hope that you're there. What a great reason to get up first thing on a Monday morning. Get those perfect purses. They'll be on in just one moment. 9 o'clock, we've got bags from a book, but they're not just any old bags. You want to watch these. They are absolutely gorgeous, and that's with Victoria Peat. And then 10 a.m., hello, bear in a bag. Not just any old bear. Oh, no. If you're a patchworker, when does a bear become more than just a bear? When it's a K-facet patchwork bear in a bag. And then at 11 o'clock, we've got our Happy Hexies totes. It's all going on today. Absolutely fab. This is the bear. Here he is. He comes with a bag. Well, actually, you've got to make it all. But you see, you can get a couple of bears and a couple of bags out of our kit. And I think he's rather gorgeous. There he is. Hello. So we'll be meeting him at 10 o'clock, just to give you a heads up, because we think he's going to be super popular. But first things first, talking of super popular, just pop the bear there for a second. Actually, you can sit there. Come and meet Jo. She's over here. Hi, Jo. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. There's no management in the building at the moment.
It's quite early.
It is quite early. When I looked at the price of this kit, we all did a double take and went, are you sure? Are you sure about this? Let me tell you why. In this kit, you are getting 10 purse tops.
Yes. 10
purse clasps. Oh, just amazing. Plus glue, plus interfacing, plus a pen, your fabric marker, all of these, all of that, 10 purse clasps. We are particularly shocked, but there's no management to check. So £22.95. If you ignore the glue, the interfacing and the pen, you're only looking at £2, nearly, £2.30 a clasp. That's if you don't even count the interfacing, the glue and the fabric marker. That's amazing.
It really is. There is a lot in this kit.
Yeah, sold out in minutes last time. So if you want to grab it and you don't want to miss out like last time, CYGC81 is the code that you need. And when I say clasp, I mean, look, we're going from clutch.
Yes.
Clutch clasp, silver plated, down to these sizes. So your little sort of penny purse. That evening bag.
It's full range.
Down to oval and your rectangular. These are fab. 10 of these.
I know, it's really great. There's and they're so versatile as well. You've got bags, glasses, cases. You can do all sorts with them.
Well, I mean, this is just some of the makes. And of course, you could add ribbon onto these. You can put on your chains. You can put it whatever you like. So you've got those if you want. Otherwise, you know, you could put key rings and things on there if you wanted to. Beautiful pleat through there. Really lovely. And again, you know, line them however you like. It's like a secret surprise inside. You made that, didn't you?
I did. I can't resist.
Yeah, you clever thing.
I can't resist a nice line.
Well, and so, you know, here, this is what I love. This is your excuse to get your fat quarters out. Really, Producer Paul? Check out your baskets, is all I'm going to say. To guarantee it, check out your baskets now. Don't worry about postage. Postage is done by the day. I love this with a little. This is really me. This is something beautiful on the outside, and then something a little bit cheeky on the inside. Fabric separate. So we've got fat quarters for you on the show as well. We'll go through those later. Oh, glasses case.
There are lots of different possibilities with them.
Well, there are, aren't there? This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So whatever you want it for, whether it's for your pennies, whether it's so that, you know, you just don't have to take a big cumbersome bag out with you, whether you've got a wedding or something coming up and you just can't find that perfect clutch to go with your outfit, job done.
Well, if you've made yourself an outfit as well, you'll have some fabric left over. They really don't take much fabric, and you can instantly, well, not instantly, maybe an hour or two, you can have something that coordinates perfectly with whatever you're wearing.
Well, do you know what they're just saying upstairs? Is there any way that you could make one of these into your animals? And I'm just thinking there's no reason why you couldn't have that and then some ears off the side.
I have made. We knew you were the person to ask. Funny you should say that. I have made little cat purses, so they had little cat faces on. They were in a magazine a few months ago. Nice. But yes, you can do all sorts with them. Once you've got the basic pattern and you know what you're doing, you can put all sorts. I've done one with pin tucks, but you could applique a design on, or you could patchwork the front, the exterior of it. Hey, we've got, I was thinking English paper piecing your little Hexies into would be really lovely. We need to get started because these are selling like the proverbial hot cake. Okay. Where do we start? Would you like one of these to work with? Please, could I have this size one, if that's okay? I think it's the second one down. One? They're that one? That one, that's the one. So you've got 10 to choose from. That's a lot, isn't it? It is. Now, what really made me very happy, because the last time that I made a purse like this, I had to try and get in and stitch through it's the faffiest thing in the world. These you glue on. Yes, you glue your purse into the channels in the frame. That makes me happy. End. And it's... The first time I made one, I was surprised at how quick and easy they are to make. They're definitely fine for a beginner. It's a great project to brilliant. Because I have to say, when I had to sew through mine, it was quite tricky. So I was really pleased to see. And we give you the glue, so you're not even having to find the correct type of fabric glue or anything. We've given you the glue. Now this glue I use at home. It's absolutely fab. You can use it for your applique. You can also use it for this. It's a nice strong glue. This is everything you're getting in the kit. You're getting your interfacing. You're getting your glue. You're getting your marker pen, and you're also getting 10. Yes, do not adjust your kit. Your sets. 10 purse frames. Just fab. We need to get cracking. Please do check out your baskets because these are going, well, to say a little bit fast would... quite swiftly. Yeah. They sold out last time in minutes, but we do have more stock, but still. Right, how do we make... how do we even start with these? This is the way I draft a pattern, and it's really quick and easy to do. I start by drawing 2 horizontal lines, really like this, 2 inches apart as well. Okay, so for all of them, 2 inches, do 2 inches apart? Yes, in fact I have here, these are the pattern templates. They are slightly scruffy. You said to me, actually, Jo said to me before we came on air, she said, can I, is it all right to, it's not perfect, is it okay to show this? And I said, well, yeah, because this honestly shows, there's a bit of, this shows how that it's not just done first time out. Give it a go. How do we do this then? So this is how I start. So 2 horizontal lines. On an A4 piece of copier paper. Any paper you have to hand. Okay. Yes. Tracing paper if you've got it, but I use regular copier paper. 2 lines, 2 inches apart, and then somewhere sort of centrally, it doesn't have to be perfect because we'll measure from this line, a vertical line. Right. Down. So I really like this, perfect. You can just draw out your lines, make sure they all square up. Excellent. And then, at this point, I'll then put the frame, and I'll use the central line to line up with the middle of the frame, and then just draw around. I'll do one side. The sort of shoulder of the purse frame. So it lines up with that, the top line. Yeah. Draw around there, like that. So you're making your own pattern here. This is the thing. You get 10 purse clips, clasps, whatever you want to call them, with this kit. So we don't know whether you want to do it as an evening bag, as a clutch bag, as a purse, as a glasses case. It's up to you. So there's no point in us giving you a pattern because each of the tops are different. So that's why we've got Jo here to show us the easiest way. And then you design. This is it. You get to be the designer. This is great. It's really not difficult to do, though. So I've lined that up centrally, traced around, drawn around the side of the purse frame. Now this one is a 5-inch top. Right. So I then measure 5 inches from this central line and make a mark there. Oh. So this is sort of about the width of that. Right. And then with the ruler again, I would line up this point that I've just made with the shoulder of the purse frame. So why do you go the full width?
to one side.
You could trace this and do your pattern piece so it's exactly sort of the width of the frame. You'd have to add a seam allowance on. But then you wouldn't have any, let me see. When this fits in, curving these edges into it gives you some body to the purse. Does that make sense?
So it's this bit that you're creating effectively. It's that bit so that when you open it, you've actually got...
You've got more body inside.
You've got this inside. I see. Well, that's great, isn't it? So you just use the whole width of it to one side. Okay, good, I'm with you.
It's the easy... I mean, you could measure a 60-degree angle, but I just find this the easiest way of doing it. So draw around that. Got this angle, and then join up the 5-inch point here with the shoulder of the purse there.
Message from Producer Paul, please check out your baskets. It's going crazy again. So yeah, just check out your baskets. But thank you ever so much for joining us this early. See, early bird and all that.
Yep, catches the clasp frame.
Yes, all 10 of them. Okay, so do we then repeat the process on the other side?
So, well, no, because I'm going to fold this in half and I'll just work from one side because it will be symmetrical.
Oh, there we go. Even better. Oh, this gets easier and easier then.
It really isn't difficult. And I'm going to write up all the steps as well, just in case. So put this frame back on, and at this point, we want to just pivot that round and then mark on this line where the edge of the frame ends.
Okay, so you know where that's going to tuck into.
And then add about 1/4 inch.
Okay.
Onto there, which is... It should be pretty much spot on. It is to this one.
Look at that, spot on. So that's great. I mean, it's that easy. You've even managed to replicate it.
It's the same every time. And if you were doing a curved one, you'd draw around. Let's see. So on this one, I've drawn around the curved top, and just by hand, just do
graduated.
Yes, a wider curve. I mean, you could draw around something, but I just did that by hand.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Because you're then folding it in half and cutting it, you're not having to try and then do the same curve the other side.
No.
You just so it doesn't matter.
So when you cut the template out, just fold it in half and follow the lines on one side. That's...
Thank you for joining us this early. Who have we got on board so far? Janet, hello. Jane, Mary, good morning. Who else have we got? Elizabeth, good morning. Jacqueline, Beth, Margaret, Sheila. Gosh, you're all here. Rosalind, good morning. Who else? Susan as well. Julian, Carol, another Rosalind. Hello. Josie, Edith. Hello. Thank you for joining us so early. Good to have you on board this Monday morning. What a way to cheer up your Monday.
It is. It's a good start to the week.
It's a great start to the week. Yeah, kids are back at school. Actually, no, mine isn't.
Oh, no?
Oh, inset day.
Mine are back today.
Yeah. He nearly got sent.
Oh, was it a last minute?
I've even made his packed lunch.
Well, that's done at lunchtime now.
So, luckily, no, I didn't send him to the bus stop. He's only 3. I didn't send him to the bus stop. Awesome. Where do we go from there?
Then...
I'm not the only parent that's done that. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only parent that's sent their child back to school on inset day.
No, we've arrived once and thought, it's very quiet this morning.
Quiet. Hardly any traffic. It's lovely.
My children have also been in uniform on non-uniform days.
Oh, we've all done it. Yeah.
And then with the ruler again, I've just, from this point that we've marked, straight down so it's parallel to the central line. And then...
We'll look at this ruler later, but this ruler really has made this job very easy.
Yes.
We'll take a look at that later. Okay.
And then it's a case of just deciding how deep you want your purse body to be. This one, I decided, I drew a line, I thought that would be...
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
I thought that deep, that's... And remember, you've got your seam allowances in there.
Do you know what, actually, if you are making this... But this is the beauty of it, isn't it? How often do you get a purse and it's just not quite big enough? Okay, stuff that needs to go in here. Credit card, keys, lip gloss, possibly a phone.
You could...
Depending on if I actually wish to be contacted or not, or if I just want to have a nice night out. But yeah, so then you know how deep it needs to go.
You do.
This is ace. This is what you're getting in the kit. Let's take a quick look because so many of you are going for these. 10 assorted frames. They are silver plated and then you get your interfacing, your iron-on interfacing, a metre square of that. You get your glue, brilliant. You don't have to try and work out. We'll show you how to do all your gluing in a minute, and you also get your marker as well. You just need to add some fabric. We've got that on the show as well, but it's not included in the bundle because, do you know what? That choice is yours. CYGC81. Plus, it's such a great deal. Let's not argue about the deal because the deal is just amazing, and let's not discuss that because management might be coming in. What do we do now?
So draw on roughly where you want the purse to end, and then add a bit extra for the boxed corners. This will become the base. So if I fold that over.
This bit here.
So I added an extra inch on the bottom, and then with the 1/4 inch seam allowance, you'll have 3/4 on this side, 3/4 on that. So you'd have a 1.5-ish deep base on the bottom.
Nice. So that's how it's going to stand up. That's why. You don't have to. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it makes a lovely finish.
So this pattern piece is 5.5 inches from top to bottom.
Okay.
Which will make this one.
Awesome. Oh, I can't wait. This is brilliant. Because when I made my first purse ever, it came as a kit, and it was all done for me. But actually, I would have made it larger.
There's a real sense of achievement as well, I think, in drafting a pattern and seeing it work out. And
well, this is looking incredibly easy to do. I could do this.
So that is how I got to this, and it was the same for all of them. You can see on this one, the large clutch.
Yeah.
I did the same. That's the method I use to draft a template, and it's see always the 2 inches.
Yes.
And draw around the sides. So I'll move that over. So we have our template now, but I will write up these instructions.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. And then we'll let you know where they go.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've used this to cut out exterior for the purse.
Now this is our linen-y fabric. We like this. We like this an awful lot. It's and this is absolutely perfect for this. I've been waiting for a project like this, for this material to come into its own, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. What I love about this particular bundle, I'm going to go and get the bundle actually, so you can see, because I think it's really pretty. I'll be back. I'm coming back, and we've got it in blue as well. But look, because you get that one, you get that beautiful pattern there, and then you get your coordinating spots. And then you get this lovely stripe, which is probably sending your eyes funny on the screen, so we'll just pop something on top of it. Then you get that linen, and then you get a deeper pink, which picks out the deeper pink in the roses. It's a really lovely 5 fat quarter bundle here. Let me get this the right way. Is it 60% linen, 40% cotton? Is that the way around it is? Yes, it is. 60%. No, it's the other way around. 60% cotton, 40% linen. I think it was 60-40. Yeah, there we go. So that's what we've used, and I think this is absolutely perfect for the project.
I've chosen this one for the lining because I do like a lining that pops a bit. So these, if you wanted to make a basic purse without any decoration on the front, this would be all you need, and with the iron-on interfacing. So I'll pop that on the back of the exterior pieces.
Now, you're not having to buy the interfacing separately. It comes with your kit. This is an amazing kit. Everything. It's all in there.
It has. It's got the works.
Nice.
So shall I pop the iron on?
No, let me get that for you. What else I like about this as well is that, for the smaller purses, it can be a scrap project, can't it? It can be using up those beautiful pieces of scraps that you just couldn't bear to throw away. Shall I iron that on over here because we can't iron on the mat because otherwise we get told off?
Make it go a bit wobbly.
Yeah.
I would use a pressing cloth, but I didn't bring one with me, so I think it'd be fine to just... shall I have some of this spare?
Yeah, let's do that.
I have cut into it.
We'll just do that. Yeah, I was very timidly going over the top of that. So the interfacing cut in exactly the same way. You know what I didn't check, and that was that it was down the right way. Glue face down.
Has it stuck to the wrong...
No.
Oh, good. It's not stuck to the pressing cloth.
just checking. No, it's the sort of thing that I would do, so I just like to double check.
I'm not at my sharpest first thing, so I think that one's the right way around as well.
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Otherwise, we'll be doing a lovely bag out of this nice stripe material at a slightly jaunty angle. Oh, yes. Hey, look, it's happened. It's happened to us all before. So we're giving you 10 frames in this pack, which I just think is amazing. Different shapes as well, really lovely. So that kind of lends itself to different projects. Everybody needs a purse.
You can't have too many.
You can't have too many. Is that on enough?
I think so. I think
Will that do?
It will.
Okay. Come on then, give us the next one. I'll do that. And this is the absolute joy of this kit, is that you get oodles. And I do mean oodles. It's just fab. Love it.
It is a really
So you trim down anything excess over the top?
just take a bit of the excess off there. And I've decided with this one, I will add a bow to the front like for the clutch.
Oh, can I show you the clutch actually? I haven't showed you this one. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Can I get that? Here we go. Look at that. Do you want to open that and show everybody that? So we're going to add the bow on. So the bow, beautiful. Look at that.
So with this one, I matched the bow with the lining.
This is swanky evening clutch.
It is.
Isn't it?
And
Which you can pay a fortune for.
You can.
Like, how many swanky evenings? I don't know about you, but my days of swanky evenings out... Well, firstly, I'm in bed by 9 because I'm working here, and secondly, I have a small child. So actually, my days of swanky evenings out, they are few and far between. So actually, when you end up spending as much on the bag as you do on the evening out, kind of resent it a bit. Make your own. Perfect. And it's going to match your outfit.
I have a wedding coming up, and
I have too.
I don't have a bag, so
It's
unlikely any of these kits are going to be left over, though.
No, I know. That's the only trouble, isn't it? Is that actually they only come live when we do the show, so we can't even buy beforehand.
No.
And producer Paul won't buy them for me. I did try.
It's not on.
I know. There you go.
Okay. So that just gives the exterior that little bit more strength. No, that's...
I'll leave it out just in case. Thank you for everyone who's been in touch this morning. Well done you and getting up early. Nice. It's been worth it though, hasn't it, already? Gosh, so many of you managing to get your hands on these. I'm really pleased because when they sold out so fast last time, it's kind of bittersweet for us. We love it because it means we've got it right, but also it's sad because not everyone got everything that their heart desires.
Yes.
How do we make this bow? Oh, we're making it out the...
I thought I'd use another one of the fabrics from the bundle. A bit of contrast.
Nice.
And the bow, I've just used a strip. Choose how wide you'd like the bow to be, remembering the bottom section of the purse will be boxed, so will form the base.
Glad
so you don't
reminded me of that because I'd forgotten.
Actually, for this one, it's the width of the purse minus the top section. Okay. So the rectangular section, that's the width I've gone for this. But think how deep you'd like the bow to be, double it, and then add on 1/2 inch for your seam allowance inside. So I've cut a piece like this. I'm just going to seam it along the length. Okay. To make a tube. So is that right sides together? Right sides together, yes. Okay, so you're going to turn that through then, are you? This is lovely, isn't it? Look at this. It's like a proper evening-y baggy type thing. I wonder how many of you make stuff to sell. Wouldn't these be lovely? They would. Great, isn't it? $22.95. There's a lot of profit in there then if you're making to sell. If you've got a little craft stall, if you're making for charity or whatever it is that you make for. Yeah. Love that. Producer Paul is saying again, please check out your baskets again to guarantee your order. Last time we brought these there, granted, we didn't have as much stock, but they went in a matter of minutes. We have managed to secure more stock, but again, not huge amounts. So if you've got it in your basket, please check out your basket because I don't want anyone disappointed. I would not like that to be how your Monday starts. No. That would make me sad. So straight stitch. Stitched all the way along. I'll just turn it the right way out. And this is really simple, but I think quite an effective way to add a bit of detail to the purse. So there we go. I'd give that a little bit of a press with it's not vital right now. So that will be the bow, and then we want a little bit for the centre just to gather it together. Was it that easy? It is that easy. Seriously? Yes. So this one I've cut... I'm a bit impressed by that. I'm not going to lie. It's a really quick and easy way to just give it a bit of extra oomph. A bit of je ne sais quoi on the old bag. How do we do this bit? Now this bit, you could sew along one side and turn it out. It's a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to get the iron again and press.
What are we pressing? How are we pressing?
Pressing half lengthways and then press each side into the centre.
Oh, so like you're binding?
Yes.
Basically. Let me do that then for you. So press in half.
This is just to reduce the fiddle factor of turning it.
Oh, fiddle factor! No one wants a fiddle factor. No.
When you design toys, you always have to think of the fiddle factor. It can be quite high.
I have never heard of the fiddle factor, but I appreciate that there is one.
There is.
Oh, hang on. Someone's having trouble with their basket. What's going on, Producer Paul? Ali's having trouble with her basket. Ali, Ollie? Oh, good morning, Ollie. So what I would say is just refresh your page, refresh your basket, or just give us a call. It's free. It's free and easy. 0800 112 4433. If you want to guarantee, you have to check out now. It's quite warm because we're running low on stock now. We did try our best. We did try and bring you as much as we possibly could. Careful, because that's hot.
Okay, I'm just going to sew down the open side.
Right.
To seal it, but then I will sew down the other side as well, just so it's
Match
symmetrical.
It.
Yes.
Okay, I like this. This is brilliant. Again, learning brand new techniques. Love this. So if you want to make sure that you get your purse clutch kit, 10 of them, plus your glue, plus your interfacing, plus your fabric marker, all of it. It's an amazing kit. If you want to get the whole lot, just $22.95. Cracking value.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is, because I've paid a lot more for just individual class.
Well, I think that's the thing, isn't it? If you are buying individually, then you do end up paying more. But when you get a great big stash like this, and this for me, this is gifts. Yes. Maybe you make jewellery, maybe you want to put some jewellery inside and gift it as like that. Maybe, you know, well, we've got some bears coming up later. They don't have to go in a bag, do they? They could go in a clutch.
They could.
But please do check out your baskets. If everybody checks out their baskets who has it sitting in there, then they're gone. So please, we can't guarantee your order now. Please either ring or check out your basket. It is free to ring, and you can check out your basket as many times as you like throughout the day. We'll only charge you 1 P&P, so there's, you know, you've got no worry. It's not guaranteed if it's in your basket. It's only guaranteed once you've checked out.
Okay. So I've sewn along either side, and I'm just going to sew them together at the end. These ends can be. I don't think I have a chance to do it today, but you can cover these ends up by sewing the bag. I used a more generous seam allowance for that one. And turn it this way, so tuck the raw edges inside, and then just feed this through. That's ridiculously simple. It is. And yet incredibly effective. I like it. I like it a lot. That's all there is to making a bow on the front. Perfect. And then I'll just base the sides on. Okay. So centrally down from the corners, because you don't want to, it will just make it more fiddly later. Do you, I mean, are you going to measure that up? Because I know you're going to box out the bottom. So do you measure up to make sure it's not going to get caught in the bottom? Yes, you want to think about the bottom, because you can box it less. A small amount. Yes. Oh, yeah, because you're the designer. Oh, duh. Yeah, forget. So about an inch from the corner. I'll just base those on quickly and then crack on. This is coming together amazingly quickly. So we've made the pattern for it. The hardest thing actually was deciding which of the 10 clasps to actually choose from and your material. That was kind of the hardest bit so far. It is. Which is hardly a hardship. It's yeah, that's as difficult as it gets. Excellent. Well done if you managed to get this. Well done if you managed to get up early enough on this fabulous Monday morning. We think it's sold out, pretty much. Certainly, it's heading that way. So it's always worth giving us a call, just in case something bounced back. Or you know, if you are one of those people sat with it in your basket, please do check out or give us a call. 0800 112 4433. I can't guarantee it because so many of you got it in your baskets. More in the baskets than we have stock. So please do check out those baskets. So that's the front. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for so many people getting this morning. And then right sides together. Want to exterior pieces, one on top of the other, and then sew around from this corner around the bottom.
Do you add in your lining now, or is the lining saved for later?
I will do the same with the lining next. I will sew those together, leaving an opening in the bottom.
Oh, okay, right.
Because then we'll sew the exterior and the lining together around the top. So there aren't raw edges, it's seamed when it fits into the
nice.
frame.
Okay, nice.
Took me a while to think of the word then.
Well, it's a Monday,
and
it's early. I mean, the fact that you've even managed to get here, I'm always impressed, you know. So the fabric that we're using today, and we've got lots on the show, but this is the one that we've chosen for today because this is one of those fabrics that I really think is very, very pretty, really lovely. And I keep saying it needs a bag or something because it's that cotton linen mix. So we're looking at 40% cotton, no, 60% cotton, 40% linen in this mix. You're getting 5 fat quarters, and you're getting the beautiful roses, proper English country garden there. But then if you want to add a modern vibrancy, then you've got the polka dots there. But then you see you've got your more muted polka dot there. You've got that lovely stripe there. Then you've got your proper sort of linen-y feel effect there. Absolutely lovely. Now, it's easily enough to make, well, hang on. How many, hang on, there's an easy way to see because, let's see. Obviously, how many bags depends on how big you make these. But this has come from... Okay, so this is the lining. So even if you flipped, if you did the same, that's your outside is the same amount. So you haven't even used a whole fat quarter for one of these. And this was one of the bigger sizes.
Yes.
Awesome.
So even with the larger...
You can still, oh yeah, look, you can still fit, you could make a whole, so it's 1 fat quarter for the biggest ones if you make it this size. But again, it's up to you because you're the designer. But so basically you could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the biggest bags out of, amazing, £13.95, great value.
Let's see how we, yes, I think, would you, I don't think one would fit next to, maybe you could squeeze it. Yeah, I think you could probably, with a bit of jiggling
imagination,
about.
Yeah. But you see, you've got 2 of those big ones, and the rest are smaller, haven't you?
Yes.
Oh, this is great. Now, I have no idea how to refold this. This is really... It's like maps.
It is.
Do you
like
ever
maps.
get stuck with maps trying to refold them? They never go back the way. I'm sure there's... Do you know what I have even considered? Because, you know, when you go into a clothes store and they've got all of the jumpers beautifully folded on the shelves, I've considered going and getting a job in a clothes store like that just to learn how to fold. So, like, I haven't yet, but it's on my list of things to do.
I saw a video somewhere, a clip of somebody doing that, and they basically just did 2 sort of folds, and it was immaculately folded into... I should probably go and find it and study it.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you doing now then, Joe?
I'm doing the same with the lining.
Right, so down at the sides.
So this one's stitched. I don't know whether that shows up.
So we've stitched down and along and up. And you can see here where the bow was basted in. So the basting stitch is coming inside that seam allowance so that you won't ever see those, but it just holds everything in place. It saves pins and things like that, doesn't it, when you get to it all. So just down one side, along and up. But with your lining, you're stopping so that you've got some turning through space.
Yes, and the next step before we turn through is just to box the corners.
Okay.
So I'll get to that point.
We'll show all of that and then we'll show you the rest of the material because you're going to want some beautiful material to make your bags with. Oh, this is so exciting. Imagine if you've got all 10 of those turning up. Okay, here's my question to you. If you've been one of the lucky people that have got this collection today, or maybe you bought it last time we brought it to air and it sold out like that, what have you made? And who have you made them for? Is this just for yourself or do you just have like a bag thing? Because some people are bag people.
Yes.
You know, some people are shoes, some people are bags, some people are both, have to have matching. I'm never that organised.
No, I
aspire to be, never going to happen. What did you make? Can we have photos of any of your makes? That's what I'd like.
So the next bit is to box the corners, and this just gives a base for the purse to...
It allows it to stand like that, doesn't it?
The deeper the base, or the further in you box the corners, the more easily it will stand.
And the more stuff I can fit in it. Let's be honest. It's also about how much stuff I can get in my bag. Do you see that? Nice. So that's your, but this is giving you those boxed corners there. So tell us how we do this. I know we've shown this before, but it's important that we get this right.
We want to open up the corner so that the seam running along the bottom meets up with the seam along the side. And you can just have a peek inside and line up, I don't know whether that will show up, line up the two seams.
Okay.
There, like that. And pop a pin in. And this is where
Do you measure?
Yes.
Okay.
At this point, I would measure with a ruler and air erasable or water erasable pen.
Now you get the pen in the kit as well. Just amazing. So if you manage to get that kit, good job. You've got a lot coming your way.
So I'm going to go for a 3/4 inch. Let's turn the ruler around so it's a bit...
Oh yeah,
So,
the white is your normal one, and your black markers are your 1.5 ones.
Yeah, I've done that. So there, from the corner, I've got 3/4 inch. 3/4 of an inch, not 3/4. 3/4 of an... Oh, it's so early. There we go. 3/4 of an inch.
You can do this. You've got this.
So then draw across there, and then I'm going to sew along that line.
Straight along that line.
Yes.
Now, that's 3/4 of an inch from there, not from the end bits here, from that middle bit there. You see it goes in a bit like a flag bit there. Ouch, there. While you sew, I'm going to go show some, because you're going to repeat that, aren't you?
I'm going to do that for the exterior as well as this, yes.
Come with me. Come and have a look at this fabric over here. Because we've got lots of options for you. Oh, you know what I haven't shown you, and that's the blue version. Oh, love this. We've still got Sneaky Bear. He's coming up at 10. I'll pop him up here. He can watch from up there. Just remind me I've put him there. When I'm going, we had a bear. Where's the bear for the 10 o'clock show? He's up there. Now, this is the blue version. Love this. These are my colours, though. Look at this. This says to me, country cottage, English country cottage, beautiful, really pretty. Look at those colours that you're getting here. So £13.95, again, 5 fat quarters. That could be at least 5 bags out of there. That's good, isn't it? That's really good value. WJGQ42, and just look at these beautiful colours. And they all just work, and you've got the texture of the linen, and that's the gorgeous thing with this. So because this is 60% cotton, 40% linen, you've got that added texture to it, which is just lovely. So perfect for your little clutch bag, whether it's for your pennies, whether it's for, you know, as a purse, whether it's a clutch bag. And of course, you've got enough material there that if you want to fussy cut so that actually you've got that beautiful central floral, then you can do that. Nice. WJGQ42 for a stunning collection of fabrics there. Let's have a look at some polka dots, because they're always very popular, whether it just be, you know, for something a little bit different, or whether this is your lining. I do like a polka dot lining, not gonna lie. But you've got all sorts of colours here that are going to work an absolute treat. And you can mix and match those. So actually, lots of nice different shades. So you've got your real brights, but then you've got your more muted tones as well. So you've got something that's going to mix and match. So a little purse of different polka dots, maybe, to go with different outfits, or maybe you just want it as a cheeky lining. There you go, £13.95 for that. BJGQ63 going on there. Next one, which would we like next? Do you want to go roses or not? Let's go roses. Let's check out these roses. So the roses have got polka dots. So this is a perfect combination. And you'll have seen when I've shown you the purses, you might have gone, oh, what was that material? A lot of it was made out of this, because for each of the roses, you're going to get the polka dot that matches. So you've got a natural lining, whichever way around you want to do it, because the colours just go. So you've got 3 roses, 3 polka dots. That's how this collection is working. Let me show you the next bit. £10.95 for this. Really? That's awesome. Okay, oh look, there you go. Look at that. So you've got your polka dots there. $10.95 for those. This is your Rose Bouquet TFGQ07. Great value. I'm going to go and see what Joe's doing because... Oh, did you want to look at more fabrics? Oh. How are we doing?
I've just got to the last corner.
Oh, great timing. Hey, you know I was just showing you that Rose Bouquet? That's what I mean about lovely polka dot lining. Beautiful outside, cheeky polka dot. Nice, $10.95. We've double checked. It's one of those days that we just need to check all the prices and go, is that right? TFGQ07 for that. Lovely. Good job. I'm enjoying today. It's good.
Remembered how to do zigzag stitch.
Well, every machine is different though, isn't it? It's, when it's not your machine, it's like getting into somebody else's car. It's a bit tricky. It's sort of the same, but not quite. What was the other material? Oh, yeah, this one. Should I show this one? So this one was done... There you go. That was our other fat quarter bundle that we had. And producer Paul's going to find you those details in just a minute. There we go. It is your florals. Here they are. They're coming up on your screen. Your whatty florals. Oh, berry. I thought you were saying beige. Oh, it's not beige floral. Berry floral, of course it is. It's got those beautiful berry colours throughout there. But again, you get your florals, and then you get, with this particular bundle, you get your plains that match beautifully. Nice. $14.95. WPGQ26, that's your fat quarter. You get 6 in there, actually, which is great. Nice. Very nice. Right, how do we do? What do we do now?
Once the corner's boxed, just snipped away the excess, left the seam allowance. Right. And then I'm just going to zigzag across the bottom there, just for a bit of extra security. And it removes, snipping away the excess at the corner, just removes that bit of bulk at the corner.
Yes. And then zigzagging down there just means that actually it's going to be safe. Because let's face it, you know, this is going to be a purse. You want what's in there to be safe.
You don't want anything rolling out?
No.
So
no.
Turn that the right way out now. So that gives an idea of the finished look of the purse. Now at this point, I would sew this in place so it stays, so it doesn't slide around. I would just hand sew.
You could glue it.
You could glue it.
Because you've got the glue as well, haven't you?
Just so it's held in place. Mm. Then with the lining the wrong way round and the exterior the right way round.
So, you know, I can tell that you're having to think about getting this the right way round. And I'm so pleased, because this is where I just sit there going, I know it needs to be right sides together, and I know it feels really counterintuitive and weird. It must be this way.
I have made mistakes and still do. So, and especially if I'm on TV, I would like not to make the mistakes then. So I do regularly. Will that work? Will that work? Yes, that will work. I have fun.
No, but it's this is me at home, just trying to make sure that I've got everything the right way round. Invariably, I have to unstitch something at some point. That's just all part of sewing, isn't it? I think once you get over the fear of going wrong,
yes,
and your unpicker becomes your friend, you do anything.
You can. It's as much a part. Unpicking stitching can be as much a part as adding stitching.
Yes.
I regularly make toys and forget to put ears in.
Do you?
So yes, I just
see
them on
hearing bear.
Yes, I just see them on the table next to me and think,
something's missing.
That was why. Yes, I did that quicker than I was expecting. So now I'm just pinning the lining and the exterior together around the top. And then we'll sew those together. And then the purse, all it needs then is to be glued into the frame. And then the hole in the lining sewn up. But,
is that it?
That's it, really.
No.
Practically there.
That's brilliant. So that is a purse start to finish in an hour?
It is.
Because there was no, apart from making the pattern, which to be honest, in the explaining of it, probably took you longer than if you just made it in the first place.
Yes, the pattern, once you've got your pattern piece, you're flying. Now I like to sew one side at a time. You could go all the way round then you need to clip a bit. For flexibility, I like to start there. Don't get the seam. Just start slightly in from the seam, sew all the way around to the other side, and I'll do it in 2 goes. So I'll do that now.
Yeah, do that. These are the little tips, aren't they? You know, don't sew it in one fell swoop. Do it half and then half, because that's going to make it easier for your opening. These are the little tidbits that just really help when you come to make yours. If you're after your berry floral, it is this one. Shall I go and get the rest of it so you can see? Yeah, there you go. You look at Jo for a second, and I'll just grab this. So with the berry floral, this was the one that I was saying, you get the tonal planes. So you get 2 of your flowers. They're your 2 fat quarters flower-wise. But you see then, you get the tones. And you're going to get 6 fat quarters in this bundle, which is fab. There you go. So they're your colours, and of course they pick out. So, for example, you've got those tones that work there. You've got that one that picks out that. You've got that purple that picks out there. Just beautiful. And then there you go. So it all works anyway with your berry floral, and it's $14.95, and you're getting 6 fat quarters in there. Bargain. So this is the other side now, is it?
This is the other side.
Holding stitch to start off with.
Yes.
Excellent.
Bit of forwards and backwards just to secure the.
What seam allowance are you doing on here?
5 millimetres.
5 mil.
No.
No.
1/4 inch, 6 millimetres.
Okay.
That's yes.
No one's going to quibble over 1 mil.
No, but 1/4 inch, I think it is pretty much 6 millimetres.
6 mil, yeah. And will that just slot quite happily then into the purse top?
It will. It should do. I'm just going to clip, once I've done this, at the curves, I'm just going to clip V-shaped notches just to remove a little bit of the bulk. Just means it turns that little bit easier.
Yeah. This is so exciting. So you're going to make one for a wedding?
I think so. I have everything minus the bag. Because often it can be a nightmare to find the right colour.
Yeah. Or you just want something a little bit different.
Yes.
You know, or something, you know, bag's too big, too small, blah, blah, blah. Make your own. End of. Perfect. So where are we doing these snips? Oh, thank you for your messages, by the way. And some of you have sent images as well. Thank you. We'll take a look at those. Lorraine sent a lovely image. Donna sent an image. Oh, Donna sent a message. So, yeah, sorry about sending out so early. We thought we'd got enough. But congratulations to everyone that got it. That's excellent. See, it just shows, doesn't it? Getting up early on a Monday pays.
It does. So I've just clipped at the corners, just to remove a little bit of bulk. And then...
You've got a pin in there still.
Have I got a pin?
Yeah, there.
I have, thank you. It saves my hand.
Well, as when you went in with your hand, I was like... Mm.
Yes.
So, Jo, you're with us another hour, aren't you? You're with us at 10.
I'm back
and
at
tomorrow?
10. And tomorrow as well.
Oh.
There's no escape from me.
OK, can I give a heads up on tomorrow? OK, producer Paul was quite quick on the no! Can't tell them. But I'm going to, because he can't stop me. Tomorrow's World Penguin Day.
It is.
Who knew? Who knew that there was a day dedicated to penguins, but it's tomorrow, which means... Dun, dun, dun. We're making penguins.
We are.
I can't wait. I love penguins.
I'm just going to remove that stitching because that's when I've not changed the machine back from zigzag stitch.
OK.
Which, again, is...
Happens.
It does.
Yes. Yes.
There we go. So
do you know what I did the other day? I mean, if we're admitting to ridiculous things that I did, forgot to change the foot on my machine. I think I was on a zigzag or whatever, and then I put in a zip foot, or whichever way around it was. Anyway, so it went down straight onto my foot. Error all the way across it. Like, oh no! And I completely forgot I had the hand crank to take it off. Like, how ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So I'm there going, how do I... It's stuck on the foot. How do I get it to move forward? I'm stuck. I can no longer sew anything. Ridiculous behaviour. I completely forgot to hand crank it just to sort it out.
But also, when a machine makes that noise, teresecting...
Well, that was it. That was it. I thought I'd broken everything. That was it. Oh, no, 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 no. How can I ever show my face at work again when I can't even use my own sewing machine? It's fine.
I regularly... My 1/4-inch foot is metal and doesn't allow for zigzag. And
No,
if
well,
I
that was...
switch
Yes,
between
no,
the
that
two,
was it. Yes.
I break a needle every time.
Yes, that was it. Yes. And that's how I remember that I need a new needle in my machine. So there's a positive, I guess, in there somewhere. Now, this has been made in under an hour. So that's pretty awesome. But we do need a clasp, because at the moment it's just a very pretty pouch, which is lovely, but not what we're aiming for. What do we do?
I'm going to snip this off whilst I'm going to glue it on. Now, top tip with gluing the frame on, do one side and let it dry.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you stick one in place and then trying to do the other, that one comes out and then it smears glue over your frame and you might get it on the fabric. So
this
definitely
glue has got, from my working with it, has got quite a quick grab. So you're not going to be waiting too long to dry, or at least to hold it in place.
This is where it could all go wrong. It's very messy.
She says optimistically.
Yes. And I would recommend something like a wooden stick, such as you might get with a coffee to stir, just to push, something that you don't mind getting, push the fabric into the frame.
Or, you know, if you, it is barbecuing season as far as I'm concerned, so kebab sticks.
Perfect.
Skewers, they would work. So you're putting quite a nice glob of glue in there. You're not being shy, are you, with that glue?
No, but you don't want so much that it squeezes out.
Okay.
Once you... It's quite a fine balance, which we will find now whether I've struck that balance or not.
The other tip, let me show you how much glue has gone in there. There you go. So a fair bit. My top tip with the glue, if I could just show the glue for a second, is when you get it, you take this little sealing bit off here. You then have to cut the top off. It's better to have to cut it a couple of times than to cut it too far down and always have too much glue coming out. So just go gently. You can snip into a little bit more, but that is, I don't know if you can see there, that's just literally the width of a pin in terms of how big that nozzle is. Because otherwise you're going to get yourself in a gluey mess. Don't get yourself in a gluey mess. No one likes that. And cut it on an angle as well, which means you can then get it in. That would be my top gluey tip. The concentration on Joe's face.
I know.
How's it going?
Okay, it's a good idea to press the top seam, which I didn't do because I thought I'd just go straight for it in case we were running low on time. But you want to, I'm going to use these little scissors. Just push the fabric in as far as it will go into the frame.
Could you use your stitch ripper?
You could.
To get that in?
Do it carefully so that I don't want to damage the fabric at all, but really, especially in these corner sections, get the fabric right in, and you want the hinge, that's the word, to line up with the seam in the side, so it's gone in nice and straight. Went in
ridiculously easily. It's only because I'm having flashbacks to when I was trying to sew mine in, thinking, why can't I just glue this? That's a much easier option. I like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a really nice way of doing it.
And the glue is a nice high-tack glue as well, so that's going to... And you're going to have loads left over as well. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I did confess last time I used the back of a spoon to push them in.
Did you?
I did.
It'll wash.
Yeah, well, I did. I gave it a good clean after they would never know.
No, you would never know. No, that's fine.
So there. So
it dries clear as well. So even if you do have a bit of a gluey incident, it's fine because it just dries clear.
Yes, and it comes off the frame, no problems.
Also, that's one, and you just need to leave that to dry, go in and do the other side.
And then do the other side, yes.
Do you know what? I think Paul was so right when he said that would look lovely as a...
Yes, I think it really... I love the contrast stripes and the lining as well.
He says he's red, but, you know, that's looking particularly lovely. I'm not going to close it because it's drying, but you see, you then do the other side. You then glue up the other side, and that is gorgeous. Thank you.
Thank you.
In under an hour? Boom.
No time at all.
Good job.
But yes, definitely one side at a time with... Yeah. Unless you fancy adding a real element of frustration into your sewing. Yes, definitely one side at a time.
I promised you to give you the details of the ruler that Jo's been using. I think, you know, we've all seen this. This made life easy, didn't it? You know,
it did.
You've got markings very, very clear on here. This is from Creative Grids. It's, to my mind, one of the best rulers that you can get for several reasons. Firstly, the opaque bit here is a non-slip grip that's embedded into the plastic of the ruler, and you can see you've got those in little circles. So however small a piece of fabric you're cutting, especially if you're using a rotary cutter, absolutely good. You've got inches there, but if you spin it around, you then get 1.5 inches. So if you're adding in that seam allowance, you've got that there. You've got a little QR reader there that will take you straight to YouTube as well. So that will that'll give you all of those videos. But you can, it's got the website there as well. You can have a look on there. Very, very clear, white and black markings there, so that you can do whatever you want. That's $23.95 there. DHCQ53 for your 12.5-inch ruler. Now, someone's just asked, how long does the glue take to dry?
I would leave it, I don't know actually with this, an hour or so. I'd give it a while.
It's got a very quick grab, but just, yeah, leave for an hour, I would say, and then go for it. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
We will see you in an hour. Great show. Thank you very much. See you at home in just a minute. Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
My name's Victoria Peat and I sew. I teach sewing, I do sewing, I do a lot of sewing. My mum taught me when I was younger. She'll deny that she taught me, but she did set me on my way and I started in my late teens. I like to make lots of things. I make a lot of clothes for my children. I would love to make more things for myself, but I never have enough time. I love bag making and I dabble a little bit in quilting, and I love doing patchwork and foundation paper piecing. I really enjoy. It's nice. My favourite tip is to iron. At every stage, just get the iron out, press your seams flat, press your seams open, do whatever you can to make your projects look as professional as possible. Working with the Sewing Quarter is a really exciting opportunity. It's not something I've ever done before. It's great to be able to talk with the viewers, inspire them, get them doing something new, sharing a few tips, just getting people sewing. One of the favourite items I've made is a quilt. I made this really big quilt with a massive applique on it, and it was one of those jobs where you start it and you think, oh yeah, this will be fine, it won't take long, and then hours and hours later when you finished quilting all the design onto it. But at the end I was so pleased with what I'd actually managed to achieve, and I was really proud of it, so that probably is one of my favourite projects. I think the Sewing Quarter will do a tremendous thing for the sewing world, just giving people visual ideas and getting them excited about sewing. When you can see stuff happening in the flesh, it's exciting and it's interesting. I think the Sewing Quarter will do an awful lot for that. The Sewing Quarter, what I'm looking forward to most, probably not the early mornings. I'm not good with early mornings. But it's meeting new people, being in a new environment and getting to talk about sewing all the time. I mean, that's just brilliant. It's great.
Join us on tomorrow's show, where we'll be celebrating World Penguin Day with the incredibly talented Jo Carter. Jo has created a lovable penguin kit just for our viewers, and she'll be demonstrating how to make him. So tune in on Tuesday the 25th of April at 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Welcome back. Now, something a little different this hour. Charm packs. One of my favourite things. What do we do with them though when we've got a lovely charm pack? Somebody else has gone to all the trouble and the hardship of cutting things to a perfect square for us. Then we need projects to play with. So what we've got for you today is lots of charm packs. Some are being discontinued, so we won't have them back. So this will be your last chance. In fact, let me show you. We've got 2 Tilda, which we won't be getting back in stock. This is your Bumblebee. Love this. When this is gone, it's gone. We will not be getting this back in stock. Now, remember, with your Tilda, when you get a charm pack, the easiest way to do this, if you want to chain piece, is take your top one and put it to the bottom, and they will then all be right sides together, and you can just chain them. When this is sold out, this is gone. But you see, then it just gives you don't then have to decide what goes with what, because it's all done for you, and I love that, because that just, for me, trying to decide, that's really tricky. But look at the beautiful, there's your bees in there. I love this collection. It's an absolute winner. It's ever so pretty. So that is your Bumblebee collection. When it's gone, it's gone. It's £17.95. We've got all of our stock. Oh, look, aren't they beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I've just made a patchwork cushion at home, and I've got some of these in there, and they're just gorgeous. We don't have many of these, and when they're gone, they're gone. So £17.95. We don't feature the Bumblebee range that much because we haven't had that much of it. So £17.95, PIGQ 65. Please do grab that. The other one that we're discontinuing as well is the Pardon My Garden. When it's gone, it's gone. Pardon My Garden has been an absolute favourite. It's what we made the snails out of. We've had fat quarters in it. We've had all sorts. But again, this is one that I've got at home that I've used and used and used. And I've also, because I've loved the charm pack so much, I then went and got the fat quarter bundle as well that went with it. And I've had, I think actually this is the one that I had my my jelly rolls in as well, my fabric strips in. So this is just one of those things that you go, yes, it works. It gives you a little taste of the whole series. And absolutely lovely. So whether you're making cushions, whether you're making bags, whether you're making draft excluders, these are perfect. Absolutely perfect. When it is gone, it is gone. What can I say? So do grab it now. If you've absolutely loved this range, which so many, I love that one, which so many of you have, grab it now. £16.95, ZSGQ 53 for that particular bundle there. Now, today's show is actually about Cath Kidston. You'd be thinking you'd be forgiven for thinking, is this another Tilda show? No, 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 no. It's actually a sort of a Cath Kidston-y show because of the book. So this is where our inspiration has come from. This is called Patch. It's by Cath Kidston, but it's got all of the inspiration. So when you've got your charm packs, you need ideas with what to do with them. So for under £10, for just £8.95, grab the book, ATSP 41. Shall I show you the book here? Or over with Victoria. Oh, Victoria's waiting. I feel a bit rude.
Waiting patiently, don't worry.
You are, very patiently. Oh, hello.
How are you? Very well, thanks. How are you?
Excellent. Good, thank you. Now, we sent you this.
Yes, you did.
And went, fill your boots, love.
Fill your boots, and I did.
You did. You absolutely did. In fact, you know what I've just walked away from?
You've left my bag behind.
Yeah, I realised. Sorry. Soz. But especially after you've... Now, this is one of the projects in the book.
Yes.
Let me show you
It's
this,
actually the one on the front cover of the book.
It's really rather stunning. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So this just gives you an idea, when you get your charm pack, what you can do with it. Now, this is a laundry bag. I don't want to scrunch it up because it's so pretty.
I did fold it ever so carefully on the way here.
I saw. So that's what you can be doing. That's the front cover of the book here. So it just gives you an idea. Whatever your charm pack, whatever your taste, whichever one of the charm packs that we've got on the show today you absolutely love, then go for it. What I love about this, tucked in here are all your templates. So it's not just a book. It's got all of your templates in there as well. 30 different projects in here. Oh, nice. If you love a bit of Cath, which so many of us do, then there are upcycle projects. There are projects to use your charm packs with. There are just lovely, there we go, traditional techniques. It's going to talk you through hand applique, your embroidery and embellishment.
The wrong side of the fabric.
Yes.
And I'll find a needle, a little bit of sewing. Oh, actually, you don't need that just yet. We're just going to sew a little running stitch around the outside. I'm just going to...
So do you knot your
Yeah,
thread
I'm not
first?
actually going to bother knotting it. I'm just going to do a couple of stitches
straight for it.
over itself. And then I'm just going to run all the way around the outside and effectively use it like a gathering stitch.
Okay.
To pull the fabric in around the outside.
Of these instructions are in the book?
Well, actually, I'm making you a liar. In the book, it actually tells you to wrap the fabric onto a paper template and to sew it. But I tried that and I found it really a bit fiddly.
So...
And not as accurate. I didn't get as smooth an edge on all of the petals.
Oh, okay.
So I found that this way's easier. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's the thing, isn't it? So you get, you can follow it to the letter in the book. You will get an effect, but this is when you get experts.
Well, I think it depends on your dexterity.
Right.
And maybe my dexterity isn't as good. But I found it...
This was the best way to do it.
I found I got better results this way round.
Have you tried that technique where you then wrap it in tin foil?
Oh, to press it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually done that. I used a bit of starch.
Absolutely. Whatever works.
But that would be less messy.
Well, and also because you then get the added extra heat from it coming through the metal.
Yes.
Presses it.
Perfect.
I'm learning so much doing this job.
All sorts of tips.
So because you've gone on that outside line, it's then going to gather over the top of your
So you now
card.
put your template on the inside.
This is the magic bit. I love this
You
bit.
gather up
Whee!
fabric.
I love that.
And just arrange the fabric over that point.
Sorry, you get sound effects with me as well.
Why not? Why not? And then I'm just going to secure. Try not to lose the needle on the floor.
Please do check out your basket if you've got the patch book in there, because again, it's very, very busy this morning.
Oh, is it? Oh, good.
Yeah, I think
see, the
that's
children
it.
are back to school.
Well, most of them are.
Oh, really? You say most?
Well, mine's on an inset day, we didn't realise. His packed lunch is all ready to go. It was only because the headmistress emailed us about something else last night saying, see you on Tuesday. We're like, no, tomorrow. She said, no, it is inset day tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
Thank goodness. Freddie was all excited because he's only just starting to have lunches now at nursery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was really excited. We've prepped him that he's going to stay for lunch, and we told him that he's having a picnic at school. So really excited, and then there were tears because there's no picnic at school today. I've ruined his day.
You have.
I'm not even
You've
there,
ruined
and I've ruined
just
his
the worst
day.
mother ever.
I know.
The little things.
Never mind, eh? He'll get
Okay,
over
so I've wrapped that round.
or he'll be scarred for life. One or
Scarred
the
for
other.
life.
Yeah,
It's fine. He's young, it's fine. They won't remember. You'd be surprised what they remember. It's right.
I know. First memory.
So that's now wrapped around and you have a petal shape. So
Nice.
what you need to do now is press, because you can see all these lines are a little bit on the wavy side. So we'll give that a press on the wrong side and the right side. And then
I'm going to leave you to press.
Yes,
I'm going to go
thank
look
you.
at some fabric. Come with me because you're going to be wanting beautiful fabrics for these. So do I need to get rid of which of the... Both of those?
Yeah, just pop them in my handbag.
Yeah, right. We do have another Tilda though. If it's Tilda you're after. Here we go. We've got the autumn tree range. Here it is. It's really rather lovely. Again, actually, this mixes beautifully with your Pardon My Garden. Because you've got the greens in there. What this collection does that the Pardon My Garden doesn't have so much of, love that, is this introduces some purpley pinks in as well, some sort of dusky pinks, which the other range doesn't have so much of. But it does work. I mean, look at that. Just beautiful. So you can mix and match. That's what I love about the Tilda ranges, is that you can mix and match. And it all works. In fact, my patchwork cushions that I put up on Facebook the other day, they were a mix and mash across at least 3, if not 4 different ranges. Because, that's the joy of Tilda. It just works like that. And it makes me happy. It does. Sometimes I just go through and go, right, they've just got the greeny colours, so I'll match those. Or then maybe I'll do one with just like the purples or the pinks, or... But then you see, look, you've got your circles there. Really lovely. So however you want to mix it, it's because tonally it works. autumn tree. And that's $16.95 for your autumn tree. PYGQ61. So if you missed out on the other Tilda charm packs, fear not. We've got that one as well. Other charm packs to look at. This one. Not that one. This one. Have we? No, that one's not in the stock. This one. Oh, this is the tulip pink with the tigers in, isn't it? Oh. Ah, love this one. Okay, I've got to be really careful with this because we don't have a lot of stock of it. But within it, have we got a picture of these? Because I really want you to see the tigers in here. In fact, we've got a bag with these on. We had a quilt with it the other day. But you see, within it, you've got sort of secret tigers and peacocks. In fact, you've got one. This one here, can you see that there is a peacock, the head of a peacock? But when you spin it around, it's the head of an elephant. What? You see there the ears of the elephant. And then the head of the peacock becomes the trunk.
That's so clever.
I love this fabric. I absolutely love it. It's got lots of different secret-y things in there. And is that the Eden Garden one? Eden, yeah, there you go. It's called Eden, with good reason. It's absolutely beautiful. It's $19.95. Secret animals in there, which I absolutely love. SHRW 59. Have we got? Oh yeah, look, here we go. Look at this. Okay, so can you see bottom right? Can you see the eye of the tiger? It's the thrill of the fight, apparently, so I'm told. But it is just stunning. You've got another tiger up the top. You've got tigers in different colourways. You see, you've kind of got at least three different colours. You've got your pinks, you've got your purples, you've got your teals, but then you've got the pinky yellowy bit. Beautiful range. Just really beautiful. Quite Indian. Tiger. And of course, don't forget you've got the elephant/peacock in there as well. Beautiful. So that's $19.95. It's a bit of a treat.
Shows me up. I'm so terrible at drawing.
We've got more, but we've got stuff to make, so we're going to make.
Okay, so we now have a really nicely pressed petal, and the petals now need to be attached. How many do I have to make? 48 petals, I think, required for the laundry bag, something like that. So you now need to add them to your bag. The book gives you instructions on how to do those. It says you can do them by eye, or you can...
I see that look of, no.
Starts off well.
No. Not going to happen.
It's got on here, it shows you how to draw a grid to... Oh, where are we? It shows you a grid on how to...
There we go.
Get the angle right there. It is. So you use your fabric marking pen, draw a grid, and that will give you positioning lines for your petals.
Yeah, because do you know what? If you've gone through all that effort to make those petals and then one's a bit wonky.
Yeah, and it's hand-stitched. So by the time, if you go a little bit wrong on the second one and a little bit wrong on the fourth one, by the time you get to the 12th one and the 20th one, you're all over the place.
Just take your time to
draw a grid. Draw yourself a grid.
So true. But what I would say is don't do it with an air erasable pen.
No, don't. Don't do it with an air erasable pen.
Oh, boy, that mistake too. She says, laughing slightly hysterically.
Remembering the pain.
The pain of having to do it all again. Now, hang on a minute. When do I take out my...
We need to remove the cardboard, unless you want a really, really stiff laundry bag, which we don't. So just take...
Well, I want to be able to wash it as well.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, hang on, you're just undoing your stitches.
Yeah, just undone the stitches, that's fine.
But you've ironed it, so they're kind of in place.
Ironed and in place. So what I've done here, in order to save time, is that I've already attached 3 onto a little sample so that you can see the process, if you like.
Nice.
So we've got 3 in there, and we're just going to attach... You have a question brewing?
No.
No?
Oh, no. I've answered my own question.
Answered your own question.
Yeah.
So just tucking that back in and just try and get your points to match up as close as possible.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just going to pin in across. And I tend to work in sort of blocks of 4 as you go along on the laundry bag. And and pin them in place and just make sure that they are sort of nearly touching at the corners rather than doing petal by petal.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, so I sort of arrange 4, pin them all in place and then stitch in that
And
way
then move
round.
on to the next 4.
And then move on to the next 4.
Working within those grids.
Yes, but I laid out the colours first just to decide in the charm pack which fabrics went okay together, and I tried to get a graduation of colour within those, or you can go completely.
I think you've done a beautiful job.
Why, thank you so much.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I dread to think how long that took you, but it's really beautiful.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, quietly whisper in my ear.
Hand stitching is a slow sewing project, and they're the kind of projects that people like to do that have either got a lot of time on their hands or like to stitch in front of the television.
Yeah, that you take on holiday or something. Yeah, I always have to do something. I can't just sit. And of course, look, you've even got on the tabs, this is what I like about this. This is your attention to detail. The tabs are made out of...
Yes, but these ones, this one I have done already, but you leave the card in. You can feel these ones are quite stiff because they're the bit that you pull, and they're just 2 of the petals folded in half and with the cord sandwiched in the middle.
Nice. Details all in the book. This is Patch. When I say details in the book, it helps if you know which book it is. When I say in the book, it is in your Cath Kidston Patch book. Under a tenner, $8.95.
That's not bad. There's so many projects.
And you get templates. Not many left if you're after it. How many projects did we say? Did we say 30?
30, I think you said.
Or 35? 30. Yeah. Yeah,
Lovely.
Good job.
And when you're stitching these petals in place, just use a little whip stitch. The book does suggest using a thread to match the colour of the petal, but as you can see on the laundry bag I've done there, I've just used grey.
Well, grey matches everything.
It sort of blends in, and I find it quicker, particularly as you're stitching in groups of 4, rather than changing your thread and deciding which colour to use. I found it easier just to go with a light grey.
Yeah.
And you just stitch around the outside.
I love this. I have to say, I think that's absolutely gorgeous. Just hang that on the back of your kid's door. Get that dirty laundry in there.
Yeah, I think
or
it's
even
really
if you go
pretty.
away, you know.
I was just thinking the same thing.
How many of you have sent your kids off to grandma's?
Not often enough. I love them dearly.
Easter holidays, you know, it'll happen. May bank holiday, we're off to grandma's.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Where are you off to?
No, I'm going to go too.
Oh, you're going to grandma's.
No, I'm going to grandma's too. That was said as if that wasn't a nice thing. It will be lovely.
Oh, it will be lovely.
Absolutely lovely. The laundry, however, not so lovely when we come back because, you know, there will be mud involved.
And are you a throw it in the suitcase kind of person, or do you segregate the clean and the dirty?
Oh no, segregate clean and dirty.
See, there you go.
That'll
be the clean bag.
That's why I'm so taken with this bag, because I can see this in my life. Like, right, okay, that's yet another set of clothes, straight in the laundry bag.
Clean laundry only in that bag.
Do you reckon? Delicates.
Delicates, yes.
Yes. Love it, absolutely love it. I just think it's beautiful. And the way, like you say, the way you've graduated the colour. But, you know, you could mishmash it.
Yes, you could.
If you've just bought the Tildas, oh. Hey, now, hang on, we should tell you the material that this is onto, actually, if we're talking things like that, because this is on a linen effect. So it's got that look of calico-y linen.
Yes.
But it's not, it's cotton, so it's really soft. So you get the texture looking.
That's what I was after, is something with a bit of texture to it, not too flat.
But without it actually, without being that rougher texture, especially if your delicates are going in there. So for $4.95 per half a metre, this is your Macawa, and this is your linen texture fabric by Macawa. You know this is going to wash and wear absolutely great. $4.95, that's the background. That's that bit. There you go. How much did you use of that?
I got that out of a metre, because it's actually cut out of one large rectangle, rather than 2 rectangles sewn together.
Right.
It's one larger rectangle.
Nice. Nice. So just pop 2 units in your basket there. Still under a tenner. Good job. And you'll have quite a lot left over then, won't you?
Yes, there were all sorts of bits and pieces.
Or a small
I don't
one?
think I could
Boot
quite.
bag?
Yeah, little bag.
Yeah.
Write it out.
Yeah. What? Oh, hang on a minute.
Hold on.
Yeah, the old cogs are
going
wearing now. Well, only because, you know, the purse kits that we had first hour,
Yes,
there's
yep.
no reason with what fabric you had left over you couldn't just do like just one of those as a little makeup bag.
Yes, you could have that onto a more rectangular size piece.
Nice.
That would look nice, or in the corner of a rectangle so it's offset.
Nice. Oh, so many ways. Once you've got this technique out of the book, oh no, a stock warning on the book.
Oh no, I haven't done the second project yet.
Need to be quick. Okay.
Throw this out the window. Get the next one on.
Moving on. Please be quick. Please grab your patch. Check out your baskets. It's one of those crazy Monday mornings.
Fab. She's got a really nice way about her, Cath Kidston. A nice way of combining fabrics that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing. It's, yeah, clever.
I was in a shop the other day, which is always dangerous.
Yes,
not
always
going to
dangerous.
lie. I went in for a teapot.
Okay. And you came out with?
A duck teapot cosy.
Ooh.
No teapot.
Oh. Okay, well, you got halfway there. Can't have a teapot without your cosy.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what else I need to show you? Because if you like this, but maybe you want to do something like that, but a bit smaller, maybe for like a little makeup bag or something like that. These have appeared, which are your patchwork paper pieces. Were they for this hour or were they for 11 o'clock? I'll show you those later then.
We'll do those later.
Tease you with those.
Yeah, we're doing a
Coming
bit more
up at
hand
11.
stitching later.
Okay.
Okay, so that's basically...
Just a little whip stitch around there.
Yeah, a whip stitch around the outside. Go on, I'll do a couple more. I'm nearly at the end, and then we can move on to the next bag.
Yeah.
So you just do that until you've attached all your... And you don't have to follow the pattern. You could just do sort of in a triangular...
Off-pieced?
Yeah, go off-pieced. Do one circle on the first row, two on the next row. It does look really pretty.
Hey, maybe this is going to be a kid's sports bag, you do them like Olympic rings, just to inspire them.
Yeah, fabulous.
But in a patchwork styly.
My 8-year-old's decided she's going to be in the next Olympics.
Really?
Or in the Olympics at some point in her life.
Doing what?
Gymnastics.
It's an awful lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
I've been there, done that. An awful lot of work. 35 hours a week I used to train.
Yeah, she only does 6.
Yeah.
So, there we are.
Beautiful.
All attached.
Beautiful.
So those are your petals. Great way of using charm packs. And like I say, once you've taken off the second petal, because I repeated each petal colour twice, you've got very little wastage.
You know those little that little snippet of 11 o'clock? Save those for the little tiddly snippety bits.
Little bits.
Never throw anything away, especially if it's a beautiful fabric that you've absolutely loved.
And these are great.
Someone asked me what I do with all of my scraps. If I don't use them, if they're too small for me to use, Freddie does collages and all sorts with them.
Yeah, my kids loved. Well, my younger one, she's 6. She likes walking around with bits of fabric.
Yeah, just wandering around.
Yeah, just uses them and I
Nice.
don't know, wraps toys in them.
Yeah, there's all sorts you do. Scarves and things for bears.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many things. Now, if you want the book, please do check out your baskets. $8.95 for that. Or give us a call, 0800 112 4433. It is free to call. It is a UK call centre. It is very easy to do. You're not going to be charged. I like that.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
nothing
that's
worse,
awesome.
is there? You phone up to buy something and then you get charged for phoning it. Horrible. No,
Makes
we don't
me
do that.
cross.
We give it to you for free. Now, the Tudor Pink Charm Pack with the Eye of the Tiger. Here it is. You see that? There it is. There's the Eye of the Tiger,
That's
bottom
fabulous.
right. But you see, that almost looks like it's kind of been tapestried on.
It does look very textured.
It is just stunning. I love this collection. 42 pieces here of your Tulip Pink Eden. I don't know where I've been that I really hadn't encountered much Tulip Pink before I came here.
Very graphic.
Oh, just
Bold, bright, bold
beautiful.
colours.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. Obviously, depending on how the bit of the material how it's been cut will depend. You won't necessarily get that eye of the tiger. You might get a different bit of the tiger or a different eye and a different colour.
So you're saying you could get a tiger's bottom?
I don't think that it is. I don't.
They
think
didn't
that the
illustrate
face,
the bottom?
No. Maybe a snippet of tail.
Maybe we'll go for tail.
Tiger tail. Yeah. SHRW 59. We don't get that often on the show, Tulip Pink.
Do you not?
No, it's a treat. treat yourself. Nice. What are you doing?
Right, another project from this book is
what
I
page?
have done a few pages.
Oh, this was the
before.
patch, the patchwork bag.
This is a patchwork bag.
Now, you've matched this with grey.
So I've done this with, I've taken another charm pack.
Okay.
So it's just a different way of using your charm packs that's not in a quilt or cutting it up into smaller pieces. And we're looking at the where Cath Kidston has used. She's done a floral and spot tote bag, but we've gone off-piste and gone plain and wild prints.
Plain and wild. Sounds like fun to me. We've gone with grey because grey goes with everything.
Yeah,
and it's in.
Grey's a neutral.
Yeah, excellent. Let's have a look.
So I've made a slight variation to the pattern because the pattern says to use 12 centimetre squares, and a charm pack is 5 inches, and there is a slight difference between 5 centimetres and 12 centimetres and 5 inches.
Okay.
So the bag is slightly different sized to the one in there.
No one would ever have known.
Until you get to the lining.
Oh, until you get to that, yeah.
I'll give you measurements for the lining if you do decide to do it.
The grey is our slate solid from Macau, 100% cotton, £3.25. This is the way. When you've brought something like, well, for example, say you've bought a Cafe facet, just, you know, Cafe and Cath in one show. Beautiful.
Best mates, Cafe
say
and
you've bought a Cafe.
I can't actually say that. Yes.
Then, but you want it to go a bit further, mix it with a plain or something like that. £21.95 gets you a Cafe Facet Collective Classic Fat Quarter Pack in green.
Most of which I've used in here, but I've got a few bits left over.
Hey, look at these. And if you love this colour, stay with us.
Shall I open that out?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That
Then
helps.
you can see the other colours.
Do you know, actually, when we've had Cave patchworks, let's just lift that up, they've always been sort of right next to each other. So you've never had that plain in between.
Yeah. It allows them to sing on their own.
Doesn't it?
My favourite's the cabbage.
I love the cabbage. It's a cabbage rose.
Yeah,
it's
so
one of the
lovely.
few flowers I actually know the name of, but it's the cabbage rose. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. £21.95. I had reservations about putting a grey with this, but actually you can just see it really pop.
It works all right, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why, but it works.
So I cut out a
Nice.
bunch of the grey squares, the solid squares, in the same size as the charm packs and patchwork together. And the way that it tells you in the book and the way that I've done it is you sew together in columns. So I've sewn together 1 solid and 2 prints,
Yep.
and then 1 print and 2 solids. And
Yep.
I've done those in rows. So I've just taken...
So I've gone really quiet because I'm holding that up
In
so that I can
all-
see it in the screen, because actually in our monitor in front of us, because that's really beautiful. You can really, really get to see. Now you see the same would apply, wouldn't it, with the tulip pink?
Yes, well, yeah.
You know, if you put a plain in between, it just makes the rest really pop. Nice.
Yeah, it's just about picking the right solid.
Grab your patch book. It's £8.95, and it's very, very limited in stock now. Oh, what do we do?
So this bag is made by Rose. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 columns.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've just got the other 2 to do, just to show you. So I'm just attaching the charm packs
Now,
together.
if you don't have a quarter, because I bet it's a quarter of an inch seam.
Actually,
Oh,
in
is it?
this
No.
one, it's a 1 centimetre seam.
Oh, it's a 1 centimetre seam.
1 centimetre. Sorry, I ruined what you're about to say by telling you it's only
No,
a
it's
centimetre.
okay, because when I first started with charm packs, this is why I love charm packs, because this was how I first encountered patchworking. Because as you will all know, I've never made any secret about it, rubbish at cutting. So, you know, the
It
thought
does
of
take
having...
practice, it
Yeah,
really
does.
does.
I'm a bit unwieldy with the old rotary cutter, but yeah. So for me, a charm pack is the perfect place to start. Firstly, I get a snippet of all of the different designs. It's like a taster board when you go to a restaurant.
Tasting
isn't it?
menu, lovely.
Yeah. When you get
Those dessert
like
plates.
the dessert. I was going with the antipasti platter.
Oh no, I'm a dessert girl.
But no, you can. Some places do like 5 mini desserts, don't they? They do like a taster of the.
Yeah,
that's
I had
the
that.
way.
Did that for my birthday. Oh, it was so nice.
Delicious. This is like that, but in fabric form. Now this is in fat quarter form, so you can cut it into your charms.
Yes.
But this is the way to go. We've got the charm pack, so if you don't want to cut it down, then get one of the charm packs. We've got everything for all tastes. Anne-Marie's loving the show. Hello, Anne-Marie. Lorraine's loving the tips. Nice. Thank you. You know, our guests are great.
We have our moments.
We do, absolutely. Are you just sewing down 2 straight lines?
Yes, I'm going to sew the 2 columns, the one with 2 prints and a solid, and one with 2 solids and a print, 1 centimetre seam allowances. The one thing you've got to remember, which it tells you in the book, press the seam allowances for the one with 2 prints up and the one with 1 print down, because we're going to nest those later.
Okay,
but
I'm going to let you do that, and then we'll go.
No, that's fine, because I've got to sew first. So if you want to talk, are you going to watch me sew?
Oh, have you got to thread as well?
Well, it's just the thread's just broken, so I'm just redoing.
I don't want to watch that. I'll leave you there if you're threading and everything. Let me show you we've got more books. Here we go. Let me show you more books. This one. The Encyclopedia of Quilting and Patchwork Techniques. Do you know, if you needed any more inspiration, this is the place to be. And this is the book to go with. Very comprehensive. Oh, look at that. Love that. Very comprehensive guide with beautiful imagery. And do you know what? Step by step, what you need. Diagrams, instructions, different techniques. All very easy to follow. Step-by-step guides. You've got your photographic pieces, you've got easy step-by-step written instructions as well. So whatever level you're at, hey, there's something in there for you. Maybe you want to push yourself, maybe you just want inspiration. It doesn't matter, look, it's all in there. Fab. For $12.95? Yes, please. LCSP 74. Oh, next book. Moving along, move along. This is, yeah. Hey, you know, you were talking about the greys. Put your greys with things to really make your patterns pop. Case in point. Stunning. This is 25 ways to sew jelly rolls, layer cakes, and charm packs. Yes. Yes. Let's have a look at this. Let's move that out of the way. Oh, there we go. I'm in love with this already. So as the name of it might suggest, 25 projects in here. Photography is great, really beautiful. You get grids, you get all sorts. Yeah, oh, this is the one, isn't it? Okay, so this, just, well, yeah, I'm all for a grid that's going to help me. How to use the book so you can see what you need, where you need it, what you need for each one. So great layouts, great hints, tips, a really usable, practical book. It's got templates in there for you to copy as well. Beautiful, look at that. Stunning designs. I like this because it's fresh and modern. It's a modern twist on your traditional quilts. Love it. Ah, fab. Now I've got to work this stand again. Oh, I always break these stands. Sorry. There you go, talk amongst yourself for a minute. Which one would you like me to show you? The Amy Butler Charm Pack. We've got a Joel Dewberry and an Amy Butler. Here we go. Here we go. This is your Amy Butler. And again, this is exactly my case in point. It gives you a little tantalising taster of her full range. So you know how I was saying with the Tula Pink, you might not get exactly how that Eye of the Tiger was cut? Is because it depends how that bit of material is being cut. So that's the same piece of material, but you get 2 very different effects from it because it's cut in different places, but it's from the same bit. And that's what I love about these fabrics. It's just gorgeous. So if you're after that zesty, modern take on your shabby chic that you get with Amy Butler, then here it is. It's just choosing what you want, what look you want. So within this, you've got your florals, but you've also got your polka dots. You've got true polka dots like that, and then you've got wibbly wobbly wonky ones like that. So however you want to do it, and again, the colours go throughout the collection. So maybe you want to match those together. Oh, wouldn't they look nice with that grey actually in between? That would work, an absolute treat. So the colours, gorgeous, they work. It's fresh, like I say, modern, but again, I love, that's one of my favourite fabrics. I need that as a Roman blind or something. That'd be beautiful. Yeah, really nice in the kitchen blind, yeah. Oh, there we go. So there we go. That's your Amy Butler charm pack, $16.95 there. Should we have a look at Joel? Because a lot of you are asking to see all of these. Now, if you saw my show, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, this is the collection that I used, but in fabric strip form. So, I just love these. It's the colours. So you've got your pinks, you've got your purples, but then it goes through to mustards and purples and greys and irony blues. But then you've also got that Hexi, love that. And you've got your turquoises. Again, when I first got mine, what I did, and then you've got your sort of more solid colours. But when I did mine, I put mine into colour families and worked it through from there, and it's amazing how much you get. So Joel Dewberry is a graphic designer as well as being a fabric designer and all-round sort of craftsman, and I think that really comes through with his collection. You see the florals are so pretty. That's one of my favourites as well. That would be another one that would be look beautiful as a blind as well, but maybe not in patch. And it comes in that blue teal colour. Gorgeous. Oh, just, whoops. Threw that one on the floor. Sorry. I got a bit overexcited. So, all of these, there's loads in there. Oh, look. 42. Look at that one. Beautiful. 19.95. So that's what? Less than 50 pence a patch. Nice. Yeah, isn't it just? Solids. So we've seen the grey, we've seen with the linen, but we haven't seen the red, because this is what you've edged your bag in, isn't it? Is this brilliant red. Nice. Yes, if you want your red.
Strips. Just 2 inch, inch and a half, 2-inch strips.
Whee! That's your ½ metre. That's how much you'll be getting. Now, this is called bright red. For, I'd like to say, an obvious reason. That's what it says on the tin. It's bright red. It's brilliant. There you go. $3.25. I'm going to quote our viewer, who every time she places an order, bless her, she pops in a couple of ½ meters of our Spectrum solids. Good job. Very good job. So she's building up her stash. You can too. So $3.25 for that, per ½ metre. Let's see what Victoria's doing. I hear the whizzy whir of a sewing machine.
Oh, finally, because it wasn't behaving. I couldn't get it to...
Naughty machine.
I know. Quick panic. We're all right. So I've sewn those columns.
Yes.
Those 2 extra columns, and I've pressed the seam allowances in the same direction so that you can come to nest those seams, and that just means so that when you come to layer fabrics on top of each other, you're reducing the bulk when you're getting at that crossroad.
They also seem to butt together better.
They just sit really easily. So let's see if I can show you on this next one. So I've just added that one on there, and I've done the right one, which is good. So you're attaching the columns right sides together, and you've got your seam allowances going in opposite directions. Oh, I've got pins here. So you just, because of where the bulk of the seam on the underside sits, this one's on this side, and the bulk on this one sits on this side, it just wants to nestle. It really does want to just sit in place. And then you know that when you come to stitch, that like on this one here that I've just sewn, you can see that these points match. Match up nicely here. So nesting seams is great. So you construct the bag, and when I've done this last seam, that will be the piecing done for the front of for the outside of the bag. You then join those together to create a tube.
that's it done.
So that then you add that to a base, and the base is made from one of each. Oh, two of each.
Oh, nice. Really nice.
And then we've got a lining as well, which I've done in a plain, which the instructions give you guidance on how to add a pocket, if you wanted to add a pocket, which I've not done. But I have written down the lining. You know, I mentioned to you about the differences between the 12 centimetres and the 5 inches, them being slightly different. The lining, you have to cut the sizes differently to that mentioned in the book.
Okay.
So the lining, those are the measurements for those. The body needs to be 54 centimetres wide by 33.
But you can measure, can't you? You can measure your finished bag.
And the way that I did that was by measuring. So we know that the front of the bag measures 4 across, because the picture shows you 4 across. So I've taken the measurement, so you do measure it off.
That's easy to do, isn't it?
That's
absolutely
fine.
If you can show us this when it's in a cylinder form,
I will.
and then how to do the base, that would be ace. For everybody that's home that's just joined us this morning, we're having a cracking morning, super busy this morning. Well done those of you that managed to get the purses first thing. Well done those of you that managed to get the patch book. Has the patch book now gone? We'll just check for you.
Did the purses all go?
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, yes.
So good for things like bridesmaids.
Oh, yeah.
You could make matching bags.
Yeah, if you got it.
If you
We'll
got
have to bring them back.
Yeah. So these seams you now press open, so I shall give those a quick...
Okay, 2 patch books left. That's it. So if you want the patch book and all the templates, you want to be able to make such beautiful things as this, as the bag that we're now making, and all sorts of other... There are sort of upcycle projects in there so that you can make the most of, you know, whatever else you want to make in there.
There's a nice doorstop, and there's a little dog toy.
Nice.
Not a toy for a dog, but a toy in the shape of a dog.
Yes, I'm with you.
That makes sense.
Yes. Now, we're using a K-facet material, so this comes in fat quarter. So actually, then you can cut it down to whatever size you want.
Yeah.
We do have charm packs on the show too, so do check out the website for the different charm packs that we've had. This now fat quarter form, so that you can make it the size that you wish. So you can have it exactly the size that it says.
There you go. Much easier.
In the book if you want.
Okay. So again, I'm just nesting the seams to create in a cylinder. And I'm just making sure, because I'm going to sew from this top side. On the underside, you've got a seam allowance pointing towards where you're sewing from. So I just make sure that I put that pin through there to keep it flat, because otherwise sometimes it tucks under the foot.
That's so annoying, and then it all gets caught up, and then you end up with a bolt that you were trying to avoid in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Annoying.
This is great, actually. I'm going to do this when I get home.
Yeah, it's a good project to do.
Yeah. Now, you're with us again later, aren't you?
I am.
You don't get to go home yet.
No,
We're
I
not
don't.
letting you out of the building yet.
No.
What are you bringing us later?
I'm doing some more hand sewing. We're going to look at Hexies.
Nice. Nice.
And just different ways of combining fabrics and cutting. And I made a nice little tote bag.
Oh, yeah, no, that's super pretty. So, lots still to come up today. Next, we're sticking with a bit of Cath, actually.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. But in a Cath as you've not seen him before.
Does he know that?
I'm going to say yes. Yes.
He was involved. He was consulted.
Well, it's his design,
Well,
so I'm going to go
then.
yes.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to say yes with a lot of confidence there. Oh, yes. So, if you want, of course, if you are a lover of Cath and you want the fat quarter pack, then it's $21.95. I don't know if we had any more of the Cath charm pack left, or if it's just that if you need Cath for this project, then you're going to have to get it in fat quarter form.
Okay.
I think that's where we're at with that. Okay. But we've had lots of other charm packs. So
and yes, that's the thing, isn't it? You can use any charm pack you
like.
like.
Well, I mean, you're a whiz with a rotary cutter, so actually chopping up a couple of
layer them up.
Yeah.
Chop them all.
You know, that's not daunting for you. Me, no. I need
take your
charm
time.
pack.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's having that time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
If
so
you're
now,
not quick at it.
Yeah, it takes time.
Oh, now, hang on. This is good because I want to see how this base goes
now
together.
we have a tube.
Yep.
And you can spend time deciding which prints you want on the front. So you've got 4 columns on the front, 4 on the back and 2 on the side. So you can just decide what you're going to have placed where.
Okay.
And which is at the top and which is at the bottom. So we're going to go right sides together. We're going to match the seams. So you want to place that. And you'll have a solid against a print.
Yes.
And so on.
Oh, because it's the squares, you've kind of boxed out the corner.
Yes, and what we'll do is the way that it instructs in the book is to just sew the 2 long seams first.
Yeah.
And then come back and do the 2 shorter seams.
That's what I wanted to know, was how to do it. It's all in the book. We had 2 of those left. So if you wanted the book, they were just $8.95. It's great value. And again, all on the website. If you want a quick and easy way to find all the materials that we've shown on the programs and everything that we've got that's still in stock, go to the website. Underneath where you can watch us live, there's a whole great long shopping list, and underneath where you do all the web chat, it's all underneath there, which is great. It just is. It's like your one-stop shop. It's like a great long shopping list.
Saves you looking.
Yeah. So
searching.
here's the website. There we are. You have to watch live. You can message the studio, say hi. There's all the fabric that we've got left. If it's out of stock, you just won't find it. It won't be there.
Oh, it disappears.
Yeah.
Gone.
Good job.
Okay, so let me just show you on here. When you've pinned, do pin both sides, but you're starting and stopping 1 centimetre from the end. Because then what you'll do is you'll snip into this side and then sew the short ends. So you don't want that to be sewn to the main part of the bag.
Good.
So you're stopping and starting 1 centimetre from each side.
Excellent.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I shall sew that one side
Yes,
and come back.
it does make complete sense. Perfect. Wow, we're nearly at the end of another hour. I don't know quite where that's gone. I think we've got another 5 minutes left.
Shall I show you the straps very quickly?
No, do you want to pop the base? Let's pop the base in, then we'll look at straps.
Okie dokes.
There's so much going on, isn't there? So if you want your cape, it's $21.95, and then if you want your 25 ways to sew jelly rolls, layer cakes, and charm packs, that's $14.95. Details down there. Love that book.
I might have a look at that later.
Oh no, really pretty.
Over a cup of tea?
Yeah. Well, you've got an hour, haven't you? Until,
I do have an
until
hour.
we have you back again.
I do.
So yes. But this is it. So again, you've pinned open, haven't you? Those
Yes, all those seam allowances have been pressed open.
And that just stops the bulk.
Yes, and I've pinned there again because there's a little, there's the seams on the underside, so I've pinned through the seam allowances to stop them folding back on themselves, which they have a habit of doing when they get to the feed dogs.
Yes, feed dogs seem to do that to them, don't they? It's just one of those things. So just moving it around as you go, but of course remember with that base, keep that centimetre from the edge.
Yeah, and you'll realise why when you come to make the next step. Quite often sewing patterns are like that. You sort of question why they're telling you to do something, but sometimes you just got to have faith, go for it, and then it all will become clear.
Do you know the only reason that I completely know where you go is because I've made a lot of sugar bag door stoppers in my life, and the base is very much like that. You know, you've got a centimetre and then a centimetre round. Yeah. And that's how that goes.
So that's one side done.
Mm-hmm. So the two long sides, you pin and sew.
Yes, do those first, get those out of the way, and then sew the short sides.
And again, because you've you can just join those seams.
Yes, the ones on the once you've joined the columns together, they are pressed open.
Let me just show that. So, because you don't want bulk on the base, these are pressed open. Because you know when we said when you were making the columns, then they are butted. These are pressed open so that you get less bulk.
Spreads the
excess. and then you just do seam to seam. And then you're going to sew from a centimetre in all the way along. I'll leave you to do that.
Lovely.
Of course, using the Caith facet, $21.95. If you love Caith, stay with us for next hour because we've got a bit of a treat for you. Caith, as you've not seen him before. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I have jobs to do, and you know I'm just now going to watch.
Yeah. That's invariably we get at least a couple of those emails a day. Thank you so much for the lovely shows. I've got nothing done today.
I know, I'm exactly the same. I'll think, right, I'll just... Oh, you know what I've done is I've been talking.
But sew along with us. That's the other thing to do, isn't it?
Well, I try and
sew
do
along with
that.
us.
I try and have it on in the background.
Oh, did you stitch it over one?
I'm pinned, luckily only pinned.
What Joe and I were saying in the earlier show, it's absolutely fine, because as soon as you know that seam ripper is your friend, then you stop becoming scared of having to unpick anything.
Yes, yeah, and it is your friend.
This bag, as I think we've seen, easy to put together. If you've got the patch book, then you'll have the inspiration in there. From the patchwork today, we've made this bag, and we've also shown how to do the basics of this. So a lovely technique there in order to do the circles for this. Thank you, Victoria.
It's quite
so
all
much.
right.
We have
No
got
problem.
less than a minute left.
Less than a minute.
But you will be back.
I will.
Yes. So do join us. We're halfway through the morning already.
Flies.
Doesn't it
Just
just?
flies by.
Doesn't it just? So we will see you in an hour.
Yes, I'll
where
see
we
you
do
in an
some
hour.
more hand sewing.
Some more nice bright fabrics.
Haven't we?
Lovely.
Stay with us though, because we've got a little bit of a treat for you. Jo Carter's involved. She's complicit in the next hour. So stay with us. Grab yourself a quick cup of tea, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you then. Thank you. Thank you.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do a ladder stitch. Now this is a great stitch when you want to sew something up and create an invisible stitch. So they use very small stitches when you're doing this. So I'm going to be using a needle and thread. I'm going to be using embroidery thread so you can see what I'm doing. And first of all, I'm just going to use the example of something like a pincushion, but I need to bring these two edges together using the invisible stitch, which is known as the ladder stitch. So first of all, I'm going to take my needle up through the fold. So I'm going to be concealing the knot in the thread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle in through the fold of the fabric and come out. So you can see that I'm on the actual fold there. So obviously there's the raw edges are inside my pincushion. I'm going to take that through. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side and repeat that stitch. So I want to make sure that this is parallel. So I'm going to come in through that fold and come out. So again, I'm making these stitches really big so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see how I'm going across the whole of the fabric. So if I just keep doing a few stitches. So as you can see, we have the ladder stitch there going across the two pieces of fabric. So when I pull my thread, you can see that almost makes those stitches invisible.
Join us on tomorrow's show, where we'll be celebrating World Penguin Day with the incredibly talented Jo Carter. Jo has created a lovable penguin kit just for our viewers, and she'll be demonstrating how to make him. So tune in on Tuesday the 25th of April at 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Back. I've been teasing you with this show all morning. Look at the bears. We've got K Facet bear in a bag. Yes. As if having K Fabrics on the show wasn't just a treat in itself enough. we've now popped them in a bag. So you get the pattern. You can make 2 bears out of each kit and a bag to put each bear in, or 4 bears if you don't want to make the bags. It's entirely up to you, or you just have a great big stash of cave facet material. However you want to do it, we've put it in a bundle so that you get the full instructions as to how to make the bears. You also get instructions as to how to make the bags to put the bears in, because it's a bear in a bag. We're also going to give you the filling. We're also going to give you the embroidery thread so that you can do the noses and the eyes and the mouths and all of the details. And you're also going to get your face cave facet. Hello words, there you are. How much is this jolly splendid bundle, I hear you ask, of 5 cave facet fat quarters and your thread and your instructions and your pattern and your stuffing? Hello, $24.95. Bargain. Now this is the blue, this is your dark blue. So we've got 4 options for you. Let me take you through each of those. So the blue bear that we've got made here, he is out of the details that are on the screen there. So if you want to make a couple of him, you need this one, $24.95. Now, we did tease you with this green little chap here. Hello. If you want, and again, same kit, different colour options. So if green is the colour for you, then again, you'll get your full instructions. And these, look at this. These are your different fabrics that you're getting within this collection. And again, 5 cave facet fat quarters with your thread, with your filling, with your instructions. That's your green, $24.95 IEGC 34. Already you're going crazy for these. Okay, this is your pink and red. We'll show those. Do you want me to show those? We'll show you those in a minute. And then we've got one more, which is just a different set of blues, kind of a lighter blue option for you. Let's have a look. The lighter blue are just coming up. There it is. So if you want that lighter blue, $24.95, KDGC 28. Now, bear in a bag, it's gotta be. Jo Carter, hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Now, is this your design?
It is one of my designs, yes. One of my early designs, actually.
Really?
Yes, when I started doing magazine work.
Gosh. Bear in a bag, Cafe style.
Yes. It's
Love this.
Sort of a patchworky style bear, so the cape is perfect for it.
Isn't it just?
Yes, it works really well.
Isn't it? There he is. There's the green one, just, you know, hanging about. Love him. I love the bag, actually.
Yeah, I love that print.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you've got 4 different style options. How many can we make out of this kit?
To make a complete bear, you need just short of a fat quarter.
Right.
So, to make, with the 2 different fabrics, half a fat quarter of each.
So you could make 2 bears out of 2 fat quarters. Hang on, you get 5 fat quarters.
So, yes, you could make 2 bears. Is my maths going to work out now? 2 bears, 2 bags, and still have a fat quarter left over. Is that right?
Nice, yes.
So, yes,
or 5 bears.
Or 5 bears.
Or 3 bags, 2 bags. However you want to do it. However you want to do it, you're getting plenty. That's what I love about our kits.
There's always
We give
plenty
you
of
a load. How do we
material.
start?
First step is to cut out all the pieces.
Does this come with the template then as well? Should I go and grab the instructions?
Yes.
That might help, won't it? Let me do that. Here we go. Was this inspired because your boys' toys all have sort of patchwork quilts?
I think I just wanted, because I started to quilt and do some patchwork, I just wanted to incorporate the 2 a bit to bring them together.
Now, if you've had any of Jo's toys before, you'll know instructions super easy to follow. And here are the templates as well. So once you've got the templates, you know, don't just stop with your cape. There are other things that can be patchwork too. Wow. There you are down there.
That is me.
That is you. And there's your bear, and he is in a bag. We were saying this yesterday. We took Freddie for a family meal down in London yesterday, and he would have loved to have taken a toy with him, but we were on the underground, dirty, everything else. Don't really want to take one of his toys that he's then going to, you know, snuggle up in bed with. So actually, this is perfect because you can pop it in the bag. It's easy. He's not going to drop it anywhere because you can just... There he is, hanging around. He's in the bag. Perfect.
Well, we had a lost toy situation.
Nobody likes a lost toy situation. It's not good.
And actually, I made a couple of these bags for my two to carry toys around it. They have these little bears, but also cards.
Well, it's a drawstring bag, isn't it? So if you don't tie up the end of the drawstring bag, you then tie it onto whatever bag the child is travelling with.
Yes, it loops quite handily over an arm, so they can still carry something else.
Yes.
And have it with them.
Yes. And then you don't, and then they've still got, like you say, they've still got hand-free.
Yes.
It's the perfect way to have a bear in a bag.
All bears should come in a bag.
And it's a perfect gift.
It is.
And because you're getting it out of the Fat Quarter set, if you've got multiple grandchildren, same but different.
Yes, so they'll all know whose is whose. And...
There'll be no arguments. Well, not about that anyway. So once we've cut out all the pieces...
Yes, begin with, well, start at the top and work down. The ears, I think, are the...
Start with the ears. What a great place to start.
Now, it is quite a small bear, so it is quite... The fiddle factor is not, you know, it's sort of...
Is there?
Yes.
So this is, if you are confident with a sewing machine...
Yes.
And are happy to do tighter corners, tighter turns...
Yes.
This is the project for you.
There are certain parts of it that have been... For instance... I'll explain it better if I show. This is a body piece, and instead of it being two separate, this is the stomach and this is the back. Instead of it being two separate pieces, it's one to try and cut down
on the fiddle factor.
Yes. So, if people see the bear and think, "Oh, that looks small," there are some
little cheats
in there to try and make it a bit easier. And also, I've done it so one arm is one fabric, and when you're cutting out the templates, you need to turn them over halfway through, so you have mirror images. So if it requires two, one way, one the other, 4, 2 one way, 2 the other. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No.
You'll soon see what we mean. Let's show.
So this is the back earpiece and this is the front earpiece.
How come they're different shapes?
So that, this is what I've done. The front ear has a fold in it. So if I turn this the right way out. So the front piece is bigger.
Yes.
But you can make it fit the back, same size as the back. By
having
that,
a little...
it has a little fold in it.
That's beautiful. Now, the one we're using now is the red and the pink. I've just gone for a wander to get the bear so that you can see, because of what you were saying. So Joe was just saying you'll flip your pattern so that one side is one. So you've got spots on one side and that one on the other. Red is most popular at the moment, which is the one that we're making at the moment. It's got the reds and the pinks. It's really pretty. But this is what we're doing. Look at that tail. Absolutely gorgeous. And as Joe was just saying, you know, to cut down on the fiddle factor, you see that is your body, your one body piece there.
And actually
and
the
that's
arms,
at the other side.
The arms are also just one piece, and the legs. The
so
foot
it's
on the bottom.
not as tricky as he first looks.
It's not. If you look at that and think, oh, it's small, that could be... There are things to simplify it.
Yay!
In there.
Good job.
So I'll sew a front ear, and they're in contrasting fabrics.
Yes.
Front ear to a back ear.
I love this. Oh, this is just brilliant. So if you are after the red and pink bear, is $24.95. That's the bear that we're busily creating. This is the dark blue. He's rather lovely. He's called Blue. The other one's light blue. This is just your blue. Hey, he's a boxing bear. Oh, I look, he's got wiggly feet. Oh, it's just fab. So if you are after the blue, details down the bottom, $24.95. Green, Oh, the green is now the details at the bottom. 24. All the same price. We love these. You see, the green is producer Paul's favourite. He's loving a bit of that green.
Well, my youngest son said, "Can you bring the green one back home with you?"
Oh, what is it about boys and the green? They love it, don't they? This is the pinky red. Well, red/pink. Most popular so far, $24.95. YAGC 64. Yeah. And let me show you the bag as well. So this is the bag. This is great just to teach anyone how to do just a simple drawstring bag. Because once you can do a drawstring bag, you can do boot bags, you can do ballet bags, you can do laundry bags.
You can.
You can do a bear in a bag, and that's what's most important. Now, what are you doing?
I'm just clipping around the curve V-shaped notches just to remove some of the bulk because it's got to get into a smaller space, all that fabric.
All right.
So I'll do that quickly.
We've had messages in. Thank you very much for your messages. Nadine's loving it. She says it's brilliant. We've had some images through as well. Thank you ever so much. Can we show any of those or not? Oh, yeah. Oh, here they are. Oh, look. So that must have been from people that saw it in the magazine yonks ago.
Yeah.
And have made their own.
Oh, it's so lovely to see.
Oh, so Joe made the one on the left, and on the right, Jan made the one on the right.
Fab.
Ah, thanks, guys. Brilliant. Brilliant. But you see, that just goes to show, doesn't it? This has come out of one of the magazines. We've matched it with the cave because we think it works beautifully. Something a little bit different, a little bit quirky, but just another different way to get that patchwork in. Any excuse to use a beautiful fabric, I say.
Yes,
say I.
absolutely.
Yeah, but it just goes to show that, you know, this has been a project that's inspired other people in the past. Perfect.
It's so nice to see that they've been made, because often I just think they don't really live beyond my sewing room table, and then to see it's really nice.
They are made. They're made and they're out there. And I think the fact that it comes in a bag is even better. Do you know what? I've just thought, if you're giving this as a new baby gift, you've suddenly got a nappy bag as well.
Yes.
You can't have too many little drawstring bags.
You can't.
Awesome. So we've got 2 ears.
The fold in the ears need to be mirror images.
Right.
So that way for one and that way for the other.
Because on the back there, you've got the spot on the back there. So we're using a zigzaggy and a spot fabric.
And then I put the fold in and then just basted it in place just to hold the ear together.
So what I'm learning with you about toy making is that it's very easy to just baste things rather than pin them, because it's smaller amounts of fabric. Rather than having everything pinned and keeping the crease in the ear pinned, just baste it in place and then it's there. So you can see we've got the contrasting fabrics, and you can see there, that's your little pleat in the front of the ear. That's why we had that different shape. Okay, are we at that point already? Please check out your baskets to guarantee your order.
Is it a popular bear?
It's choosing the colours, isn't it? It's choosing which ones. Pink and red is most popular, as it often is when we show it being made. That it often ends up being the most popular, and with good reason. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. So now, what are these pieces?
These are the sides of the face, and that's the middle of the head. So I'm going to sew each side on, from the top down to the centre.
Nice.
So I'll get on with that, and then.
So do you just work it all the way round?
Yes, I mean, you can pin it. If you prefer to pin, I'm not a big pinner.
Well, you've done a couple of these before, it's fair to say, haven't you? This is what I can never work out, and this is where I think you're so clever, is that you have that brain that thinks in a three-dimensional way.
I would say, I don't think I did have to start with. I think I was sort of trained to think that way.
I don't know, because can you train someone to think that way? If it's not already inherent in you, I don't know. Look, you're clever. Just take the compliment. Thank you very much. If you want to be making the bear and his bag, then for $24.95, you're effectively getting a minimum of 2 bears, 2 bags, and then you've got a fat quarter left over. So each bear takes 1 full fat quarter, but you see, so you can have them, you get 2 bears out of 2 fat quarters, and then a fat quarter for the bag. Is that right? Have I said that? Yes, I have. But you're getting 5 fat quarters. So blue's on the right, green's on the left. Look at them. Blue's next most popular, $24.95. You see, what I love about the Cath is that you get the Cath. The Cath is that you get a polka dot. So you've got sort of quite a traditional fabric in there.
Yes.
But then you see, you go and get, and this is what we were saying earlier, so this is one of my favourite fabrics with the, it's your cabbage rose, isn't it? But then you see it's, there, look at it. For me, this looks like, you know when we used to have photography where it was all developed darkrooms?
Yes.
That's kind of what it looks like to me, the negatives. Just love it.
I really like the sort of uniform prints of the polka dot next to
the crazy, crazy natural prints. Love them.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got so many that you can choose from, so many different ways in which to do it, because you've got 5 different fat quarters. Full instructions, never fear, full instructions, and thread and stuffing. You're always good with your instructions. That's a fact. I love that you've got a little heart on his paw. Love him. Look at those cheeky pair, just, hanging out. So basically, you just got to choose which colourway is your favourite, and then when you get it home, choose which of the fat quarters you want to use with what. So you can get quite striking differences, can't you?
Yes.
Very much so. And these are all of your templates. And there is the finished bear in a bag. Nice. Now, what are you doing?
I've attached either side of the face, the top of the side face.
Let me show this. So is that the top of your face there?
Yes, this is the snout. This is the nose here.
Snouty McSnout. Okay.
So then there's a dart to give the head a bit of roundness. There's a little dart in the top there, which I'm going to fold together and close, and just taper the end in.
Okay. So how far out do you start, and how with the dart?
If you want to mark on with a water erasable pen or an air erasable, the dart, where you want to sew, that can be really helpful. I mean, I've done this
a couple of times,
a few times now, so I would just tend to go for it. But if you can see there.
Oh, so it's kind of 1/4 of an inch.
Yes, it's the same seam allowance, but then just taper it in so it's a smooth finish. If
you're not confident that you would remember how, that you would get that line, just draw it on and follow the line. Easy. Simples. Nice. This is where the magic happens, because I'm still trying to work out how this is all going to look. Okay, so that is the top of the head. I'm reliably informed. What's next? It is.
And next point, you could close the bottom of the face up. You can base the ears in before you do this, but this is the way it says it in the pattern. So I will. So
you will do as you've told us to do. As I previously, Do as we've told. $24.95 YAGC64. Please do check out your baskets just to make sure that you're getting the colourway that you want. So green and blue is what you can see on your screen there. Green obviously to the left, blue to the right. The red is selling out very, very quickly. If you've got the red in your basket, please do check out or phone or do whatever you need to do to just make sure that you've got it. You can, just a note about postage, you can check out as many times as you like throughout the day. Our postage charge is only applied at midnight. So you can have checked out your basket 5 or 6 times, gone back, bought more, doesn't matter. Check out any time you like, as long as that has been checked out by midnight. $2.95 is applied for your postage. Postage is done per day. Took me a while to get my head around that, but it's great. Oh, hang on. What are we doing now?
I'll baste one in place and then I'll show you the other one.
We're on to ears already. This is taking shape quite quickly, isn't it?
It does. It comes together quite quickly. It's. I'm hoping. I'm also trying to speed through a bit to get to the bag as well. But with the front of the ear against the right side of the face, just baste the ears in place That's just within the seam allowance.
Right.
So those stitches shouldn't need to be removed
And
later.
actually, this is where you're going to get to see that you've got the opposite. Oh, so you've got the same, you've got the spots going up into the ear. Well, it's entirely up to you, isn't it, which way around you do it?
It is. Only with the face, because it's made of 3 pieces, I did the middle face in one fabric and both sides in the same one. That's the only piece, I think, in it. There are a few, the tail is only one of them, so you have to trim.
Joe Carter's bears, but out of Cath facet material. You can just see down there, there's his little heart shape. Now, the bear, I was going to say comes in a bag, but only if you make the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, you make a bear that comes in a bag if you make the bag. $24.95, you'll be able to make 2 bears, 2 bags, and have enough for either a bear or a bag left over. So basically you can make 5 projects, be they bear or bag.
Yes.
Out of the kit. Plus you get your stuffing, plus you get the skein of black thread for the nose and the eyes. It's all there for you. Hello. Hello. Oh, he's rather wonderful. What's next?
The back head. The face is done. I'm going to join on the back of the head.
So you can really start to see how quickly this comes together. Can I just, is that all right to just... Already, there he is. Got ears, and he's all coming together. So you're sewing now the back 2 head pieces.
Now, I don't sew them together entirely down the back. I sew them together for about 4 centimetres or so, just to join them. And this, for me, makes it easier to sew. Sometimes when people make a toy, they make the head completely and the body completely and hand sew the head to the body.
Yes.
I like to machine sew the head to the body because I think it's more secure.
Yes. I'm with you on that actually, because I've made toys where and that's how they've told me to do it,
yes.
And I've had to hand stitch on the head. But that's the bit that gets a lot of wear and tear.
Yes, I like that joint to be. There's nothing worse than taking a head off a toy by accident. They just come apart.
No. So we've just stitched down, part way down there.
Just a small section.
Down the back of the head.
And actually, if you haven't joined the front from the snout down to the bottom, there to there, it does make it slightly easier if it's not done to then join these 2 together.
Okay.
But the pattern doesn't say that. But that would be my tip. And then join up the centre of the back head pieces with the dart in the middle head. And I find it easier to sew from the top down one side and then return to the top and sew down the other side.
Like we did with the stag's head?
Yes.
And the bunny head?
Because it's a less...
Basically with all the heads?
Yes,
this is the way
that
to
is
do
pretty
it.
much the way I do it. Because it's easier to sew 2 more shallow curves than one.
Yes, no, you're so right. Do not panic, because look, if you're thinking, gosh, I'm never going to remember, look, it says, start here, stitch round. So it is that simple. That's where you based it in your ears, step by step pictorial instructions. That's what we like. Lovely. Now we've got Joe Carter with us here, so of course you can watch back the show. And you know what, you can always watch us back on YouTube. Our shows go up on YouTube, they stay there. So you can then watch back whenever you like. Just make a note of today's date so that you know which date it was. So if you're lucky enough to grab one today, because they are going quick. So Bear in a Bag in blue is $24.95. Code for that, UIGC48. Down the bottom is the light blue. So, still Cath facet. All of the fabric today is all Cath. So super special bears. I wonder how many of these will start being made for grandchildren and not ever
make it.
Make it. I think they're lovely.
So I'm just sewing down the other side of the head.
I think the nice thing about the Cath material is that it's not obviously for a boy or a girl.
No. Because it just is rainbow, really. Even within the colour bundles, there's just such a blend of colour that, I love his use of colour and everything just pops, doesn't it?
Now we've tried to bring a lot of stock of this, but if you do have the pink/red in your basket, you do need to check out your basket now. So we bought you 4 different colourways. If you want the pink or the red, pink/red, please do check out your basket. Okay, so already we have a head.
We have a head.
Yay! There he is. Oh, he looks fab in that colour. I can see why you're going for that. Actually, this is probably, having said that the Cath isn't predominantly sort of boy or girl, this is probably the most girly out of them all, isn't it?
Yes.
But only because... and because there's the pink in there. But you see, you've got 5 different fat quarters to choose from, so you could make a reddier one.
Yes.
A more reddy one. One with more tones of red in is what I'm trying to say. Oh, now this is the side body.
This is the bit where it could be. It's not put together in a traditional way. To cut down on the amount of pieces because of the size, it's 1 arm piece and 1 side body piece. So this is stomach and back. And the arm joins, you need to line up along there and then pivot at this point at the bottom, needle down, pivot to join up that piece, pivot there with the needle down, and then twist it round and sew up that side. Oh, that's clever.
And so in one go, you stitch...
So that forms the arm.
All the way around there. So this piece here is the polka dot bit there. Nice.
So there's one I've sewn on. But
here's
I
one
have
you've
had
sewn earlier.
A couple of people contact me in the past saying, I can't work out how the arms join.
Right, please check out your baskets is what I'm going to say there. Here we go. There we go. There's no pressure for you to buy. I just don't want you to miss out on the colourway that you want. There you go. So you can just see how it all starts to come together. That's your paw. Nice.
So the arms, the needle's down at that corner. I'm just going to pivot it round, stitch across.
So needle down, pivot.
To the next point. Lift the presser foot up, twist it all round, and then sew up that side. So it's not as complicated as it looks. It's just not necessarily how you would expect it to go together.
I'm going to be honest, Joe, if I saw this, that does not necessarily scream paw and belly.
No.
So I think it's a genius way of doing it, and I love that you've done it that way, but it wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily look at it first of all and go, oh, well, of course that's what it is. But now I see.
Because the arm then folds over and joins at the top, and it makes the arm in the side.
Nice. That's so clever, so clever. So have you got to do that on the other side? Oh, no, you've done it on both sides.
I've done one, so I'll sew the arm together now.
Do you need to taper?
Yes.
To start off with.
Just otherwise, I mean, you don't have to because actually it would just form like a little elbow where the end of the dart falls. So it won't be terrible if it's not too tapered.
Oh, so the end of the dart falls there. So I see what you mean.
Yes.
It is right on the elbow point. So that's where the edge of there. And so, yeah, you just get a little elbow. Hello. Right, whilst you do that, we've had lots of you asking to show us the other colourways. So come with me and let me show you, because I only got part way through. Okay. I'm just going to get... Okay, so that's the blue. That's your blue. That's your green. Let's just wait for those graphics. They're feeling a little slow today. And then $24.95 for that. We've seen the red and pink. And then we've also got the light blue. Right, let me show you the light blue and show you why it's light blue. Okay, so let's compare and contrast. There you go. Again, price is exactly the same. What we've called blue is this one here. What we've called light blue, the difference is in your polka dot. You see, you get the light blue. It's on a white background, and your sort of florally one, that's your lighter one. Can you see that's sort of your lighter fabric? So that's blue, that's light blue. So within your light blue, because it might be quite misleading because then you go and get one on a black fabric, but that's why it's called the light blue, but it's down to that polka dot. Okay, so that's your light blue option there. 5K facet, fat quarters, your stuffing, your thread, you are good to go. Full instructions. Get bear making. That's what we say. Nice. Oh, I do like these bears. And you can make the bags as well to go with it. Oh, such a joy. Now, how are we getting on? We're doing these paws. Oh, look. So, where Joe's done the paws, I can see this. Taking the bulk out with your V-snips.
Yes.
So, where you've got that outside curve, because that material has got to squeeze into a smaller space because it's going to go inside. If you just take out those little notches, it will be less bulky. You've taught me well, Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly it. So I'll do this one.
We had a message from someone last week that said, I think it was Lucy. She said that when she's patchworking. Oh no, it was when we did our Facebook Live, and I did one with Lucy.
Yes.
On Thursday, and we had someone message in who said, Lucy, you become like the voice in my head when I'm working, because you know you do start to hear these things and go, okay, so you realise that whenever you've got a curve like that, you need to snip, and it does become our viewer was so right, I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. It does become that voice in your head of, okay, and do that, stitch backwards and forwards to hold the stitch in place, and it's that repetition. I think that's what's given me so much confidence.
I think that's why it's really helpful being shown how to do something a lot of the time, because you have that associate, as you see it, you sort of associate the words and the advice you've been given. So they're both arms, so I'll join this body section together along the front, along the stomach, and that's the upper part of the body done.
We're sewing straight down this part here. Straight down his tummy there. Those arms we've just seen have been sewn all the way around. And then down there. I love this design. It's a lovely take on a patchwork. So if you're bored of just doing your normal patchwork, why not patchwork a bear? Full instructions. And that's I think this is the thing for me. That's why this bundle is brilliant, because you've got the full instructions, step by step, you've got the pictures, but you've also got the pattern in there as well. Yes. So, because, like I said, my brain doesn't work the way that yours does in creating these 3D things. So already we've got the bear's head, we've done that. So once you've got all these pieces cut out, it doesn't take forever to put together. Now, this is your body, back to front body. So these are the arms, all stitched round. But, of course, open so that you can stuff. Looks a bit like a sort of a straitjacket for bears, doesn't it, at the moment?
It does a bit.
But that's your tummy that we've just stitched down the front. So that will... Low stock on the red and pink. Please do check out your baskets if you're after these.
Now, the legs are slightly non-traditional as well. It's
okay.
It's one piece, and this is just a
look at this. Okay.
Dart in the front. But with making something small, if you pre-stuff, because the legs dangle, but if you pre-stuff them and put them in, there's not much room inside the body to manoeuvre it. So actually, the legs are joined, and we leave a hole in the back there. And once they're in the body, you stuff them and close them later at the end.
That's clever.
So I'll just quickly close the dart at the top of this one.
You are like a bear maverick.
I've made a lot of strange things in my time. So.
Bears, but not as you know them, with Bear Maverick Joe on the show. So that's why it's great to have the instructions. Please check out your baskets. Make sure that you are getting exactly the ones that you want. And here we go, full instructions. This is what I like, step by step, because those shapes are a little bit strange. Like we showed you earlier, that's the arms in one go, and you sew down, along and up. This is what I love, so clear. And like you said, when you're doing the top of the head, just sew around one side. And all of these very, very clearly shown in the instructions. So we've just sewn down the stomach down there. And we're onto here. We're onto the legs. There's your leg. And again, as you've said, leave them unstuffed.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your pictures. And again, oodles and oodles. Oh, that's how you do the tail. We'll get onto that in a minute. Right, okay. Oh, hello.
I pliqued a little heart onto one of the feet. You can add that, you don't need to, but if you've got a scrap or from when you're cutting out you want to add, does add an extra little bit of detail.
Let me show that. That's lovely. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
And this is the leg. I've folded it in half and stitched along the front. Forms a sort of strangely shaped dart. And now I'm going to sew this piece around the bottom of the leg.
Is there a starting point?
Start at the back.
Right.
The centre of the centre bottom of the foot is marked, and you want to be in seam allowance, so in from the edge of the foot.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I'm with you. Because this is it. It's where you have shapes that don't look like the shapes you're about to sew together. It can be a little bit confusing.
It can.
But full instructions, so instructions so beautifully clear. That's what we like. So this could be your first bear. How exciting would that be? A designer bear. Well, okay, so you can do 3 bears, 2 bags, 5 bears. For $24.95, I stumbled into a Build-A-Bear place the other day.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I say stumbled into, had to chase my 3-year-old out of, is probably more to the point. That you wouldn't get 1 bear for that.
No.
Build your own.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you're not really building it. This, you are literally building it from scratch.
Yes.
Love that. In the colourways that you want.
I do really
Just
struggle
brilliant.
in Build-A-Bear not to, have my work head on.
Yeah, no, I bet. Yeah, that's not a relaxing day for you, is it? So if you'd like the blue bear, well, obviously you've got to make him. That's the joy of it. This is what the blue bear looks like. If you choose to do it out of those 2 colourways. So you've got 2 blue colourway options. Let me show. This is the blue. Actually, with the blue, you get kind of a pinky one in there as well. So you could applique the flower on as the heart, couldn't you, on the foot? That would be very nice. Or you could make him a little heart and put it on his chest. That's your blue. If you want the light blue, it's called light blue because... Well, you get lighter blues in, that you see there. It's not rocket science, is it? We've put lighter blues in, that's why it's called light blue. So you've got that one. Look at that. So you've got your florals in there. That's kind of a seed packet, or a shower head if you're our director. He's going, why has Cath done a shower head? It's not, it's like a seed pocket. We need to get him in nature, show him these things. Beautiful. Oh, we've got the green. The green's over there. Sorry, I didn't bring that with me. Oh, look, there's your green bear. I love the traditional with the polka dot and then your crazy print.
Yes. I do. They work really nice together,
Yeah,
don't
they do. And look at the bag as well. The zigzag, that goes with the green as well. Could you imagine having a zigzaggy bear? You could have spots and zigzags. Spots and stripes.
Yeah, that would look great. This one's almost spots and zigzags.
Yeah,
not quite.
it is, isn't it? So IEGC34, that's for your green. The red and pink are sold out. Well done if you managed to get that. But like we were saying, this is the equivalent of sort of your spots and stripes, isn't it? It's just lovely. But you see, you've got this. You have the zigzag in that green that you could have used if you've got the green. If you go for the green version.
Yes.
Nice. So we've got little booties here. What are we doing with these? Do you turn these the right side through?
Yes. So I've turned this one out. On this one, I've sewn from the top down, leaving the bottom bits open. And that's how it's going to be stuffed at the end.
How do you turn it? Which is your best way to turn through, though, from the top?
Turn through in the top, just because the top's that bit bigger. It's the slightly easier way. And then once I've turned this one the right way out, and you can even pop your finger in through the back and just straighten out the bottom of the foot.
Oh, no, you see, I invested in 12mm knitting needles the other day so that I could do turny, pokey things. For everybody that's missed out on the red, apologies for that. Don't miss out on the other colourways. So do check out your baskets. I don't want you all missing out. That would make me very sad. And possibly you sad too. We tried to bring you as many different colourways, as many different options for you. And we do try and warn you about stock. Not because we want to push you into buying, but just because we want you to get the ones that you want. There's nothing worse than me telling you afterwards, after the fact. And you're going, oh, well, you could have told me, but the red's gone. But there's still stock of the others at the moment. Blue, very popular. Blue or light blue? Oh, look at this little paw. Oh, I love it.
So when they're the right way out,
yes,
we're just going to baste the top together so that the seam at the front and the back are level, are together, so that the foot faces forwards when it's sewn in at the bottom of the body.
Do you open up that seam allowance so you don't get bulk as you're sewing?
I push one way, one the other.
Oh, do you?
If that makes
that makes sense.
I'm losing the pedal.
Come back, pedal. Come back.
I keep kicking it further and further away. There we go.
So okay, when you put them together, you can see I've got here. I'm just doing this video. You've got one seam going that way, and then the other one I've pushed to the side that way, so that you're never going through all of those layers of material together, and then you're just going to baste along that there.
Yes, so that one's done. I'll baste this one.
And it will look like that when it's basted. But you're basting within that seam allowance, so you will never see that because that will sit on the innards of your bare innards. And of course, this is the paw with the heart appliqued on. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, down the heel, you've still got that little hole there that you're going to stuff. You could applique initials on the paws.
You could.
So if you've got 2 grandchildren that you're making for, and, you know, yes, they are same but different, but you want absolutely no arguing when they can't remember which one they were given. Initial it up. Nice. Gives you that individual. Or actually then if you're giving it as a new baby gift.
Yes.
And you put the initials on.
And the iron-on adhesive makes putting initials on a heart so easy. I just fuse it on and then we'll machine stitch around the edge a couple of times.
If you've got a fancy schmancy sewing machine that does alphabets and things, you could almost do initials and maybe even the date.
You could,
if you wanted it as a sort of a memory baby bear.
Yes, and you could put that on the outside of the bag as well.
I'm going to go get the green one because I feel that I've. Oh, there he is, and his bag is just hanging out. Producer Paul, I'm not sure you're allowed a favourite like that. He says he's probably got the best bag, but I couldn't possibly comment. Because actually I'd quite like a zigzaggy bear out of that. I'd do spots and zigzags.
I've just basted the legs on. There, so the front of the legs to the right side of the body. Just basted.
So they then fold up into the body?
They do, and because they're not already stuffed, because they can be stuffed later, they're just much more manageable. It's
little hints and tips, isn't it, when you're making a slightly smaller make on a larger make, or with the bunnies that didn't have the big feet.
Yes.
You know, you can stuff and stuff them inside. This is Green Bear. Say hello to Green Bear. Hiya. I think he's rather special. This is his bag. Yeah. But here are your different bear options in green. So that's your polka dot. Now you see, ooh, now he'd look rather stunning, wouldn't he, if you'd have done the zigzag.
Yes.
But maybe, what about that one? That would be rather lovely. Nice. Maybe you want to mix it up like that. Look, you've got lots of colourway choices and options within here because you're getting 5 fat quarters, so that's enough for 5 projects. Be it 2 bags, 3 bears, 5 bags, however you want to do it. Nice. Jo, where are we at?
The last 2 sewing jobs are to join the head to the body. So I've just pinned, you can start from the centre and work out as with the head before, or I've just pinned this one in the centre and I'm going to sew straight across.
Okay.
One side to one side. And then it's the last thing, machine sewing wise, is to add the base.
Okay. The bottom. The base, the bottom?
Yes, his bottom. The bit he sits on.
These two have become great friends throughout the show. I think you need to make 2 at least.
Do you think? So they can be friends.
Yeah, look, because look. I mean, that's pretty cute.
They can invite each other around to see their bags.
To see their bags, yeah. Check out my bag. They're just gorgeous. There's no 2 ways about it. Friendly bears. They could be playing. Oh, let's see. Paws together. Did you ever used to do that thing at school where you had to sit with your feet together and then sort of row each other backwards and forwards?
Yes.
Did you have to do that in sort of gym and stuff? No? No? Producer Paul's like, what are you talking about? There you go. They could be friendship bears. If you're making 2 out of the same fat quarters, in the old same but different. Oh, and look at this one.
See, it's nearly there. And then for the base, it is quite a small curved piece to fit on. And if you wanted to, I start at the back and sew, and once you've got past the legs, as long as the legs are sandwiched in, you could stop and then sew the entire back of the bear together and then close it in one of these sections. In the instructions it says to sew the entire base on, but if that's
too tight to
being
turn,
problematic, then you can always swap where you have the closing, the turning opening.
There they are. Barely any left to do then.
Barely any. Should I move what sort of... Should I be swift? Because I have got one.
No. It's just, honestly, the number of bear puns that I'm getting in my ear from our producer and director, they do say bear with them, etc. And other, numerous bear puns. Yes. Oh, the face! Oh, Joe, that looks quite brutal.
It does, yes, now I've realised it does look a bit, yeah. To do the face, I like to stuff the head. I'll move on swiftly from this. This way, you can get the needle in through the body and you can knot the end and it will be held in the body. I'll bring this through quickly just to... And it's suffering.
Poor chap.
I haven't really noticed quite how brutal that did look.
Well, yeah, mid-operation, poor little chap. It's okay. It kind of gets better. Thank you for everyone that's joined us today. And congratulations on everyone that's managed to get a bear in a bag and all sorts of other things that have sold out today. But do check out your baskets. The pink and the red's gone. The others are starting to run low, so please. The blue is running out. Is that the blue or the light blue? Oh, the blue. There's not much difference between the blue and the light blue, apart from one of the fat quarters is white on blue. No, blue on white rather than white on blue. Hang on, have you folded the thread in 2 as you're embroidering here?
I divide it into 3 strands and then double it up so that you've only got 6 strands going through
the eye of the needle.
At the yes, so...
But it's still a full 6 thread skein as you're embroidering.
Yes, and then when I stitch the nose, I do the first line and then I do the side and fill in with just long...
Can I just show? Because I've not seen it done like this before. So you do the central line there. What do they call that? A stern? Is that your nose sternum?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then you go to the side, so the nostril flare.
Yes.
And then fill that in.
I just work my way across like that.
And then there and fill in.
And if you've still got the bear unstuffed, you can pop something inside, something blunt to support the end of the snout as you're sewing.
Oh,
it just makes it that bit easier as well. And then the eyes, with a water erasable pen, you can draw on the eyes.
Yeah, because...
And embroider over them.
Getting the eyes right is what gives your bear the expression, doesn't it? So yeah, just do have a go and sort of place with a water erasable pen.
This is all the expressions in the eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Light blue bear details coming up because so many of you bought the blue. The only difference, you know, you've got all those beautiful shades of blue, but the polka dot is a blue spot on a white background as opposed to a white spot on a blue background. That's why it's called light blue. There it is in kit form. So for $24.95, you get your stuffing. As you can see, the thread that we're going to do the noses with, full instructions and templates, and 5 Cath facet fat quarters. This is a cracking value kit. It's brilliant.
It is.
In my humble opinion.
I agree. There's so much in there. And then because the legs have openings in the back,
you can stuff. He looks like he's doing acrobatics.
And it does just make stuffing them at the end like this, it just makes it so much easier.
Now these beds, I say they come in a bag. They only come in a bag if you choose to make the bag. We've only got 6 minutes left, so I don't know how much of a bag we'll actually get around to making. But here we go. You say, night, night, bear.
Right.
Let me just show you. So he's just going to zip into his bag. It's the perfect size bag for him. It's going to keep him safe. He's got his own little drawstring bag. If you're giving it as a gift, absolutely perfect. Great to transport. Maybe you want to embroider your kids' initials onto the bag.
Yes. That would be...
Instead, so then the bear can go to school, but you see then it can go around their wrist like that, they can carry it. And actually, because it's a smaller bear, what I really love about it is that it's small hand size.
Yes.
You know, some bigger toys they just can't handle when they're little because, you know, but that is absolutely perfect. Perfect little hand size. Oh, look at this fabric.
I love this fabric, the chrysanthemum.
Look at that. Whoa, if you got the pink and red, that's coming to you. Well done. Gosh. No, you've kept that to make the bag. I don't blame you.
I have. I really love this one.
But hang on, if you've got the blue, if you're getting the blue, if you want a similar wow with the blue, now obviously you use this to actually make the bear, but you see, if you'd have made, in your blue one, you've got that, which I think is equal wow factor. But you made the bear with that one, didn't you?
I did, yes.
But you could have that as your bag. If you're going for the light blue, let me show you the corresponding light blue version. This is more of a watercolour feel.
It is much softer, isn't it?
Yeah. But very pretty. Maybe perfect for a newborn or something. Pretty, pretty, beautiful. Pretty. Nice. Okay, so the bag.
The bag.
In 4 minutes.
To make the bag, the size for the bag is in the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
From the top edge, you want to fold it in over, so the fold is vertical.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the top edge. Measure 6 centimetres down
mm-hmm.
and 1.5 in,
mm-hmm.
and mark that line, which I've done, and then snip along it.
Okay.
Always across to the iron. And then along the top edge, press over. I'll do this quite hastily, so it might not be the neatest. 1 centimetre all the way along the top edge.
Okay.
Okay. And then to go to the cut, am I going too quickly? The cut side.
No, it's all right because we are running out of time, so just as much as we can get done for you. It was a tall order to try and get a bear and a bag in 1 hour.
It is quite a bit to do. So this cut side...
what's that doing?
I've pressed 5 millimetres over and then 1 centimetre and then tuck the corner in.
Okay.
And then it's still a bit hot. I'm just going to sew around there to hold that fold in place, so all around the edge of this section.
What section is that?
This is the opening here.
Ah, okay. I've just tucked him in bed there. It looks like he's got a sleeping bag. Oh. That's super cute. So he can go on sleepovers with your little ones when they start going to friends for sleep. Do your boys, are they at that stage where they're at sleepover stage?
They are 9 and 6.
Do they take a bear in a bag with them?
Yes, rabbit in a sleeping bag. My eldest takes.
Perfect.
Because every rabbit needs its own sleeping bag.
Well, of course they do.
So,
All the instructions for the bag, for said bag, are in the instructions which you're getting in the kit. So it's kind of like it's a double whammy, isn't it? It's brilliant. Not only do you get the bag, but you get all the instructions to make a bag. The bear and the bag. I know what I mean. What are you doing now?
and then this will fold over. Is the iron in the way? I'll do it on here.
Right.
So this has been stitched in place, and then this will fold over. So the edge, the folded edge, meets the end of the cut.
Ah, okay.
And then sew along there, and this creates the channel at the top of the bag.
So you iron that, and if you sew in that, then you're not going to have to double stitch.
Press that and stitch along. Is it visible on this one? So this is the channel here in the top of the bag, and this is what the drawstring will go through.
Oh, nice. That's a really easy way of doing a channel, isn't it? That's great.
It is, and then wrong sides together, a scant sort of 5mm seam, and then turn it inside out, and so you get a French seam, so there are no raw edges on the inside. Should I turn this one the wrong way out? So there are no raw edges, it's all neatly sealed
done
inside.
Oh.
And then my only remaining tip for the bag is just over sew, because this is the fabric is cut. Just over sew there a few times at the end, just to make sure that's well held.
Okay, excellent. We are pretty much out of time. Jo, you've done an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Bear in a bag, everyone. What an absolute treat. K-facet material. Grab your bear. The pink and the red is gone. Low stock of the others. Please do check stock. Give us a call. However you want to do it, just make sure you grab your bear. Don't be disappointed. Jo, thank you so much. We will see you for International Penguin Day tomorrow. Oh, yes. Join us then. But stay tuned, because we've got more coming up next. Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts. Don't forget, shopping with us is easy and simple. You can just contact us at 0800 112 4433 and speak to our UK-based call centre to place an order, or shop online with us at www.sewingquarter.com.
So we're going to show you how to do a back stitch. Now, a back stitch is a great one to use when you haven't got a sewing machine available, but you need to repair or fix a garment. And the back stitch is a really strong stitch to do that with. So I'm going to be using embroidery thread here, so you can see what I'm doing, and I have put a knot in the end. First of all, you need to start with the wrong side of the fabric first. So I'm just going to place my needle through to bring it through to the front. And then you're going to go backwards. So I'm going to do quite big stitches here, so you can see what I'm doing. So that's the first stitch. Now this time you're going to come and bring your needle through, but the same distance as your stitch. And then you're going to go into the first hole that you came out, and then go back through to the back. And then I'm going to come all the way over again, the same distance, and then through again, and just keep repeating that process. So this is my final stitch now. So as you can see, there's my row of back stitches, and if I just turn that over for a second, you can see that it's almost as if it's double stitched along the back. So you can see it's a really secure stitch to do when you haven't got a sewing machine to hand.
Join us on tomorrow's show, where we'll be celebrating World Penguin Day with the incredibly talented Jo Carter. Jo has created a lovable penguin kit just for our viewers, and she'll be demonstrating how to make him. So tune in on Tuesday the 25th of April at 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. welcome back to our last hour this Monday. Now, we've got a Happy Hexi tote for you. Yeah, please don't make me say that lots and lots over and over. But it's true, a Happy Hexi tote for you. Whether you want to do a small version, whether you want to make a larger version, it's entirely up to you. This is what we're aiming for. It's in kit form, so how you want to do it, entirely up to you. So you've got your hand stitching on the front. Really rather beautiful. Look at that. So a little spot of English paper piecing there, I do believe. But then on the back, keeping with that Hexi theme, there you go. You've got your Hexies in material form in the back. So you've got your feature panel and then that echoing of those Hexies in the back fabric there. Now we've put this as a kit for you. Let's see what we're getting. Now, you're going to get your wadding, because obviously you're making a bag, you need some wadding. We've given you some grey thread, because grey blends with everything. So that's why that's in there. And iron-on interfacing. Now let's get on to the good stuff. Here we go. Look at this. Ooh, 75 rainbow planes, all cut into your gorgeous Hexi. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And then, so that you have that Hexi theme, but you don't have to English paper piece both sides, we've given you, I'm going to knock all this over, aren't I? Here we go. 1/2 metre of your Joel Dewberry. So you're getting a designer, there we go. You'll get 1/2 metre of your Joel Dewberry Hexies. That's from the Atrium range. Beautiful. That's always been one of our producer Paul's favourites. So 1/2 metre of that. And because we want to get you that contrasting colour, we've colour matched. Yes, we have. And that means that you can make that. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Now Victoria Peat is going to show us exactly how to make all of this. So step with me this way. Ooh, Ham, love, you've been working hard.
I have been. It's jolly busy.
But gorgeous.
Thank you.
This 75 gorgeous pre-cut hexagons.
A rainbow and a half.
Now, when you get them, they will be in beautiful colour form. Don't ever let me get my hands on the person that did that to it. No! But this is the thing. I mean, when you get them, play with the different colour families.
See, mine are a little bit, these are my leftover ones. These are a little bit still in order, but with bits taken out.
That makes me so happy. The way that this arrives to you in rainbow form just makes me very happy. But that's with a lot of them taken out, because 75 of these, what do we do? Now, you haven't used these just on the bag that we've got. You made them even smaller.
Yes, we've used them even smaller. This is actually the project that's on the front cover of this bag, of this book even.
Yeah. Happy Hexies. So we're going to make this sort of size now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not making the bag today. I'm just showing you how to make the Hexies and how to join the Hexies.
Right.
And I thought we'd also have a look at maybe some fussy cutting using some templates.
Now, in the first show this morning, gosh, it feels like an age away. In the first show this morning, so many of you managed to get your hands on the 10 purse tops.
Yes.
Now, for me, English paper piecing is beautiful, but it's for smaller projects. It is, unless you've got a lot of time.
Yeah, it is a project that takes time, and it will depend on the size of the Hexies. This one's used a little Hexi, which is this size. So it does take a bit of time to put them together, but obviously if you were making with a larger size Hexi, it takes less time to sew them all together. So for me,
get the book, get the inspiration, but maybe if you've got something like the purse tops, then English paper piece yourself a beautiful purse or something like that.
Or do like we have done with this bag, you just piece the front.
One side, yes. Now, this in here, it takes you through the Hexi basics. I like a Hexi basic. That's all good. So it takes you through the Hexi basics, step-by-step instructions, taking through. This might be the first time that you've English paper pieced. That's fine. It's going to take you all the way through. and show you exactly what to do. Lots of different patterns, lots of different designs for you to use. It really is, I mean, look at the detailing on here.
Yeah, these are the instructions for the bag. So it shows you how to, it takes you through, on this side, here's my little marker. So it tells you how many hexagons?
Yep.
Hexagons, even.
Yes,
to cut
hexies.
out in each colour. Tells you how much to cut for the backing pieces and of your wadding. And then it shows you here, it takes you through step by step how to join the hexies together and how to construct the bag, and then also how to quilt it.
Oh, nice.
So it
So
takes
it
you through
really
all
is
of that.
very clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can scale it up, scale it down, have it whatever size you want it to be.
And the nice thing is they've also got, if we go back this way, they have got the pattern to make, where's a picture of it? Oh, no, picture on the next page. Or not at all. On the front cover of the book, a purse.
Oh, nice.
So you can make a matching purse.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, lovely. So, under a tenner for this book. Nice. WDSP 58 for your Happy Hexies book. Nice. Where do we get started?
Well, when I designed this, would you mind getting the bag
can
across
get the
and I can just show
bag.
people
Yeah.
what I've done?
There's the bag.
So when you look at the design of the bag, hexies in their most traditional form are joined together like flowers. So you'll have a central and then you'll have 6 around the outside. So it's essentially got several different flowers. So I went through the pack that I was supplied with and just chose pairs of colours that sort of were tonally similar. So I've gone for a light and a dark purple and the magenta type colours and the light blues and the greys. And I've chosen, they had 2 different yellows, so I've chosen a really bright yellow and a lighter yellow for the middles.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you've got that contrast.
Yeah, and then I've chosen, as a background, you could do the whole thing in multicolours. So you could do, I think I worked out that you could cut one little hexie from each of the colours supplied in the pack and do a totally multicoloured front.
Wow. Do you want to see what, because when you get the kit, this is what you're getting. So look at all of these colours. This just makes me, I had to go and get this because then they're all in colour form and that makes me
Much
happy
nicer.
than when they're all messed up. But there you go.
So you could use one little hexie from each of those to do across the front.
You could, but you see, look. And then actually you could make several bags, couldn't
Yes, you could.
But on the back, to save you having to piece the back, unless you wish to, of course, then there you go. We've matched it in with that Joel Dewberry Hexi material.
Perfect
From
match.
the Atrium range. It works so well
Yeah,
together,
it
doesn't
does.
it? And then we've given you the pink, the magenta there, that is the dark. Yeah, we've done all the colour matching for you.
Coordinating.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be nice, actually, not to go for the multicoloured, but to go for highlighting the shapes of the hexies.
Lovely.
So if you decide to make this bag from the pattern, I cut out the larger pieces first from the pink that's supplied, cut the larger pieces for the lining. There's some backing in there as well. Just cut some handles. I've cut some rectangular handles to make rather than using the pre-made ones. And then use what's left to cut the hexies rather than the other way around.
So
Cut your big pieces first.
for $46.95, you get a 1/2 metre of the Joel Dewberry, a 1/2 metre of the pink, the plain pink. You also get your 75 pre-cut rainbow hexies. You're also going to get your premium polyester craft wadding, your interfacing and your thread. Everything to get going. Now, these are 4.75 inch hexagons.
Large.
here.
Which is
Large.
large.
As it's
But
in
it means
Rice
that you can use them for a variety of different projects in that book.
Yeah.
You're not limited.
Lovely. I just love these. These make me so happy. These are one of the very first things that I saw when I walked into the studio when we were rehearsing. I was like, I need that in my life. Look at that. Oh, that's so satisfying. And you're getting all of it. Cool. What do we do?
So in the book, I photocopied the page because I don't like drawing in books, and it comes with the pattern piece that you require for your hexagon. And what I've done is I've taken a ruler, a quilting ruler, and I've just added a 1/4 inch seam allowance around the outsides.
Perfect.
So that gave me a template, which I've got here, for cutting out all the
So that's your outside. That's the size of your material.
Material.
Now let's hold that still.
Hold it still, rather than me shaking it up and down when I talk.
So this will be your inside.
Yes.
That's the shape given you in the book. That's the larger one. That is for your material that you wrap around. Let's see.
And from these, I worked out that you can cut out 3 from each of these.
It's making it go even further.
So you can place those in each of the corners and another one here, and that cuts
that's
out
the thing.
3.
I mean, 75 different coloured fabrics in that Hexi bundle. How much would you pay to get 75?
A stash of 75 colours at home to choose from.
So much.
You imagine the size of your room that you're storing it all in.
My word, you'd need our warehouse. It would be as simple as that. It's basically, well, I think, I'm not even sure if we stock as many as 75 different planes. I think it's something like...
Oh, no, I don't think there are, actually, thinking
like
of the rack.
60-something is... We've got over 60. Anyway.
So I just went round those and cut each of those out individually from the larger hexagons. And we're going to have a look today. I'll just show you. I'm going to do 2 different samples. I'm just going to show you how you can use the Soline glue pen in order to attach the fabric to the paper templates.
Now, this is what this pen was designed for. It was designed to take the hard work out of your English paper piecing, speed it up. If you love the actual stitching together of the hexagons, but you don't like the tacking,
yes,
this is what this glue pen is for. Just brilliant.
Yeah, because you can tack... People do different ways. People sometimes tack just the fabric to the fabric, and some people actually go through the paper. They might use a thinner paper and actually tack through the paper. But the glue pen is a lovely alternative. So if I
There you go. So $5.95 plus you get the pen, and then you get a refill of the glue as well. You don't need much glue.
No, it just
really
needs a slick.
It comes out blue or yellow. There are 2 colours.
Yes, I saw the yellow one the other day. What colour have we got
But
here?
it dries clear.
Oh, see, look,
There you
yellow
go.
one here.
But it's just so that you can see where you've placed the glue. It's not going to mark your fabric, and it dries clear, so there's no worry about that. So you get the refill in there as well. So for $5.95, a great deal there. JTEQ 57.
So when I'm doing a larger project, I quite like to work in batches.
Okay.
Somehow it works just a little bit quicker. So just hold the paper in place and run the glue across. And I like to go from the paper onto the fabric because the paper's more stable than the fabric is.
Right.
Because if you go the other way, it sort of rocks up and makes a bit of a mess. See how much of a mess that makes. And go across.
But you can see already that glue is starting to dry.
And then if you just lift the edge with your finger and fold it against the paper. And I've just used standard printer paper.
Right, so nothing...
Nothing fancy. I haven't gone particularly heavyweight or lightweight. So I've done one side and then I'll swivel round.
Oh, you do like to do a batch?
Yeah, somehow it feels quicker to get through them all.
Everyone has their ways, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, it's what you get comfortable with.
Lovely.
Well, then I find you've picked up the pen once rather than 6 individual times for each side.
And put the lid on and
It's up and down, up and down.
So it is, if you're using that pen for time saving, then this is a great way to batch make.
Make yourself a production line.
But just bear in mind that glue will dry quite quickly. So if you have to go and answer the phone or anything like
yeah,
that,
you might need another
you might
slick.
Need to, yeah.
Spin them round. Go again.
Oh, we've got an image. Oh, look at this. Reba's made this.
Wow.
Look at that. That's amazing.
Fabulous.
Well done, Reba. Just beautiful.
I do admire people that make larger projects with Hexies.
Yeah.
Because they
It
do
took her
take...
how long? 2 weeks.
2
but
weeks.
It was worth it.
Wow. And how were her thumbs?
Yeah.
And fingers.
Gosh, good work. That's stunning,
That's fabulous.
isn't it?
Really good. I just, yeah, when you see people making large bags and bedspreads, quilts. Oh my word.
Mind you, I think a lot of people who say that they're going to do like a big English paper piece quilt or something like that, it's a project that happens for years.
Yes, it is.
And as they get a little snippet of fabric off another, it almost becomes like a memory quilt,
history
doesn't it?
of what you've
Like
made.
Yeah, little bits of fabric. You know, we've done this, we've used this, and so a little bit of that fabric, because you've loved it, goes into the quilt. I love the idea.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
think that's really nice. You look back and go, oh yeah, I remember I made a dress out of that one.
Yeah.
Or
It's similar that you know, a lot of people that I know they want to make memory blankets out of kids' clothes, or you know, baby grows, things like that. And this is a great way of doing it.
Yeah,
if
I
you're
think it's
using a
really
stretchy
nice.
material, though, do stabilise it first.
oh yes, otherwise you'll end up with seams all over the place. So you can see how
In fact,
quickly.
actually, what sort of stabiliser should you use if you're using like a stretchy baby grow material?
I don't know. I'd probably just be tempted just to use the standard interfacing.
Because I know that was a question. Karen, you asked me that ages ago, and I really forgot to ask.
That's a good memory.
So yeah, so sorry about that, Karen. But yeah, just a standard interfacing. You can get it on the website. Yeah. Now, on your screen, you'll see Hexi tote bag kit. Now, in that kit, you're going to get a 1/2 metre of each of those two materials. So there's the Hexi Joel Dewberry material, and we've matched it with one of our planes so that you don't have to try and match the colours. They match perfectly. You're also getting 75 of the rainbow hexagonals, rainbow solids, gorgeous. They're by Denise Schmidt. It's called Modern Solids. Gorgeous. You're also getting wadding, you're also getting interfacing, you're also getting thread. So you're getting a massive, great big bundle for $46.95.
The only thing it doesn't include is the papers to do your Hexies, but you know what? I bet it comes with a delivery note.
Bet it probably does. So that's the front. And this was with you know, smaller ones. This is, of course, you could have done this. This isn't using up the full size of the Hexies.
No, you could just make it in the exact size that these are. It would
Well-
be quite a large bag, but
Yeah. But you can absolutely do it like that. You see, I'd be working my way through the colours. Now, if you, in the book, lots of inspiration in the book, but also, and I tried to show this on another show.
Got carried away and excited.
Yeah, but if you just want your patchwork pieces, then if you want them pre-cut, then we've got the mini flowers. Not quite hexagonals, but these are your flowers.
no, it's a similar,
Yeah,
along a similar vein.
And this is from Tilda. So maybe you got your Tilda charm packs. Oh, you've got the hexagonal ones, have you? Oh, that's all right.
Oh, as
Producer
if by
Paul's got
magic.
hexagonal ones. There we go, $6.75. I've got the
Job
wrong
done.
ones. But we'll get the details for that as well, and then you can choose whether you want... Because that's just it. You know, we were talking about the purses earlier? You could just do a little flower in the corner.
Yeah, that would be
It
nice.
would be really pretty. And then you've got those pieces. You don't have to worry about finding a pattern or anything like that. You've got it there ready to
done.
go. Now, that's really
So
quick.
then, that's really quick. I've managed to do 5 there in no time at all.
Good job.
So that's how you can use the glue pen. Like we say, you can hand stitch, but that's so much quicker. I'm
Yeah, isn't it
glad that I
just?
had that pen in order to do the project.
You'd still be tying the knot on the end of your thread.
I would, yes.
If you want the hexagonal pieces that are already cut for you, you just have to cut your material. Then here we go. Tilda's done the hard work for you. There are your mini paper pieces there. 196 of them. In fact, that's going to keep you going
that's
for
plenty.
a while. That's plenty. Isn't it? Plenty.
Especially if you mix it in with a solid.
Absolutely.
Stretches it even further.
It's going to make 28 flowers, little flowers like that. That's all right, and you can reuse your paper pieces, can't you?
Yes, you can.
If you're careful with them. $6.75, especially if you're using the glue.
Yes.
Just peels off. Gorgeous. Lots of ideas. Ooh, I do like. Right, what do we do
So
next?
would you like me to show you how you sew the Hexies together?
Yes.
I've got some larger ones to show because I figured they might show up better on the television than
Now-
dealing with something really small.
Also, these are from the Hexies without having to trim the Hexies down,
Yes,
aren't they?
I've taken the Hexies and I went round this with a pencil and then just took off a seam allowance on the inside.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
To make
So that gave you your...
the paper
Okay.
bit in the middle. So I have gone with some blues from the pack.
Do you
'cause I thought
you don't
they
get
were
repeats of the colours, do you?
No.
It's one of each.
They're all different.
Nice.
And all slightly
And
different.
75 of them as well.
Let's see.
Oh, you would have to do this in colour families. Just stunning.
Oh yeah, it's hard to resist.
Nice.
I reckon. There you go, that sort of spreads out the colours a bit.
Oh, beautiful.
That looks all right. And just...
Now, again, the grey thread, because that grey, and this was something that I only learnt when I got back into sewing. I can't remember who initially told me. I was like, that's genius. Grey is one of those colours that blends and sort of disappears.
Yes, it does, because black, ta-da, is a bit...
black you see, but grey
And the
is
same
sort
with
of
white. White's a bit...
stark.
Yes.
But the grey, for some reason, will just sort of disappear.
Yeah, you can see I've done the little hexies here because this is what we're aiming for, is a flower. And you actually can't see that on the screen at all. But even from here, when you look at it, the stitches really aren't that obvious.
No, they just disappear. That's the joy of grey. That's why we've put the grey stitch, the grey thread in there, so that you're not having to constantly try and find a thread.
That matches.
Nice. Oh, who's been back in touch? Oh, Nadine. Hello, Nadine. Oh, she started her project a month ago. Have we got a picture of it?
Ooh. What's she making?
Nadine,
Do we
what are you
know?
making? You can't tease us with a
Yeah, I
project and
know.
not tell us what you're making. So, Nadine, get back in touch. What are you making? And do you have a picture of it yet? Margaret's made a quilt.
Oh, wow.
She sent us a picture, so just bear with us.
Oh,
Producer
exciting.
Paul's going to do his magic.
Fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the central portion and take one of the side ones and just sew along this seam here. So I'm going to put them right sides together and match up along here. I'm going to sew along that edge. I like to start on one of these folded pieces on the underside of one of the hexies and just run a stitch through, a securing stitch just over on itself. You can knot it if you like, but I've put hand cream on and my hands are a bit slippery.
Oh, do you know, you are every guest, doesn't it? Because you don't want to have sort of dry hands.
crispy hands. So I put
And then you
cream on
realise,
it.
actually,
now
you need dry,
can't
crispy
hold
hands.
a needle.
Yeah.
Right, so I like to go in this very corner of the hexies.
Is that going to give you a crisp corner then?
It just helps you make sure that you're starting here and ending here as a starting point, and just make sure that they are joined together and there aren't going to be any holes when you finish your project. So I like to go through that very corner piece.
Because you are only
Twice.
grabbing the tiniest threads,
It
aren't
is
you,
the
as you go
smaller
through?
you do it, the less you'll see on your finished project.
Yeah, it is amazing. Who's messaged in? Jill. Hello, Jill. She says she's loving the show. Oh, thank you very much for your messages. And producer Paul has managed to work his magic so that we can see Margaret's quilt.
Fab.
Oh,
Let's see.
Look at that! Wow!
Wow, that looks really large.
That looks like it's come straight out of a magazine.
That's
amazing.
so much work. See all those flowers. Fabulous.
Margaret, I take my hat off to you.
Good job.
Now, Margaret, can you... I feel quite demanding here. Margaret, can you get back in touch with us, please? Because I'd like to know, was that made just of fabric scraps, or... Oh, she's made it from her 1960s dresses.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of dresses, by the way. There were a lot of prints used.
Wow.
She had a
Good
dress
work.
problem.
Hey, look, she had style. That's beautiful. Can we see that again? It's really lovely. Oh, here it is. Wow, from all of her dresses. Gorgeous.
That's incredible.
Really
And
lovely.
the binding's nice on that
Beautiful.
as well. Nice bright binding.
You see, I think that these 75 in here would make a lovely quilt as well. You could make a baby quilt, couldn't you?
Easily. Look, even out of just what I've got. Take the messy one, not the nice one. You see, that would be big. If you even if you just look at the 6 that I've got there, how big that is.
Yeah.
That would easily, if that's only 6.
Well, you see, I'm
10
just
times
thinking,
that.
because you're getting 1/2 metre of your Joel Dewberry and 1/2 metre of your plain pink. So if you did a little blanket, you've got 1/2 metre of the red you could bind, of the pink to bind. You've got 1/2 metre of the Joel Dewberry to back
it.
And you could make a gorgeous
Crib size quilt.
You could, couldn't you? Would you? So, you know, we've suggested it as a kit for a bag, but you've also got wadding in there as well. So actually, it could well be
Easily. And if you're making a larger project and you're not necessarily doing flowers, you can stitch together in rows. So like you're laying out here, you could just sew all of these seams along here and do rows and then join the rows together.
It's just brilliant. Hours and hours of fun, just laying them all out, sort of-ish in colour families.
Yes, because you could take them straight out of the organised pack that you get sent and just lay them out straight away, or throw them up in the air and just
do it as a smorgasbord.
We see
of
some
colour.
people when they are doing scrappy quilting will just have a bunch of scraps, not look, pick one out and sew that onto what they're sewing.
It's
so they
like
won't
a
think
random
about it at all.
calculator, isn't
Totally
it?
random.
This is what you're getting in the kit. So this was to make a bag. Okay, this was initially when we put this together. This was to make a bag, but actually now that we've seen Margaret's quilt, that looked rather lovely.
We're a bit
so
tempted.
yeah, you could make a little quilt out of this. $46.95. You get your wadding, you get your interfacing, you get your thread, you get 75 pre-cut, an entire rainbow of Hexies there. 1/2 metre of your plain pink, 1/2 metre of your Joel Dewberry, so a designer 1/2 metre of fabric in there as well. If you wanted to make multiples of your little bag,
yes.
How many of those could you make out of the kit?
Only one because of the amount of pink used. You would have to buy additional solid. You've got plenty of the backing fabric and you've got enough
Plenty
of the
of that
Hexies.
one.
Yes, you've got plenty of that. You could probably make, thinking of what I've made, maybe 3 or 4. I'm trying to remember how much fabric was left out of what you've got here.
But just get additional lining.
Yes, you would need additional for the lining.
Nice.
For the additional bags. So I have attached those two together and then we're going to attach the next one in the line. So like I did at the beginning, I did 2 stitches through those very end ones before I move on to the next hexie.
Here's the thing, because you might be saying, hang on a minute, those hexagons are bigger than those hexagons. Yes, they are. Basically, depending on the size of the bag that you want, you make the hexagons the size that you want. Now, on the front of the book, and this is where the inspiration for this show came from, your Happy Hexies, these Hexies are more like the size of the hexagons we're sewing at the moment. They're larger ones.
Which ones?
On the bag.
No, those are these.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
it?
it's
exactly the smaller bag.
Yeah, exactly the smaller bag.
I thought
It
that
looks
was,
bigger on there,
does
doesn't
look
it?
bigger. I assumed that was...
I was surprised when I made it. I went, oh, look, it's really dinky. But there is a bag in here that uses really large hexagons. That one I showed you with the...
So basically, you can make one that size, or you can use the
Size it
hexagons, as Victoria's doing here, size it up.
Size it up.
And off you go. But basically, get your Hexies, get your Happy Hexie book, and you're good to go. Because then you've got, in the bundle that we've given you, you've got wadding so that you can make bags. You've got interfacing so that it's going to be solid. You've got thread in there as well. You've got your Hexies, 75 Hexies. You've got fabric for a backing. You've got fabric for a lining. You've got oodles and oodles and oodles. Have a look through the book. Pick which ones you want to do. Or make a blanket.
Yes. And it is plenty of thread because I started off with a full reel of grey thread and I've made this project and the Circles laundry bag that I did this morning.
Oh, lovely.
So that's plenty of thread.
Let's have a look at, can we have a look here? So
I'm now just going around. I'll put this one in
so
and I'll open it out.
can I just see how much we've done
Let me
so
just get that one through there and then we'll flip it open. So I've started off with these two.
Yes.
And now I've brought the thread to this corner, put that right sides together, and I'm going to sew along this side where it joins the royal, and then I'm going to flip it, and I'll show you when I get to this side, flip it and sew this portion of the petrol blue to the mustard.
Okay.
So I'll quickly sew along there, as quick as I can. Some people work with a thimble, but I just can't quite get on with the
I always end
thimble.
up with a scratched thumb. That's just how
just
it
kind
is.
of finger. I tend to, if I'm doing a lot, I'll stick a plaster
Oh, okay.
with a padded bit on there, and then just replace the plaster when it gets a bit used.
So this is just a little whip stitch.
Yes, little whip stitch, like you say, catching just a very few number of threads from each side. You can do a big whip stitch, but you'll see the stitches on the other side. It's up to you.
So how neat and tidy you want to be is entirely up to you.
Yeah, some people like to see the handcrafting that's gone into it, so they will do a bigger stitch.
Well, I guess also then it does give that providence of actually this was lovingly handmade.
I have made this.
Yeah.
Hours and hours, I've made it. I want
Sweat
people
and
to
tears
know.
have gone into this, so that you know.
I try not to sweat on it. I might cry, but I won't sweat.
Oh.
Not on the project. Oh dear.
Now, don't forget to check out your basket if you're ordering today. You can check out as many times as you like. It's only 1p&p throughout the entire day. Basically, at midnight, whatever you've checked out during the day, just one lot of p&p is applied to your order.
Do we think that's an automatic process, or is there some poor person sitting at a PC working it all out?
Oh, I don't know, but it works. And do you know what? It keeps your postage costs down, and that's the main thing for us.
Right, so two
So we're
stitches
into
through that corner.
So you do 2 stitches in the corner to hold it.
Just to make sure it's totally secure. And then we're going to now stitch, when you open that out, you want to stitch the blue to the yellow. So we're going to fold that, and as you do that, this piece here gets folded in half.
And that's the thing, it's just paper. Don't be afraid to fold it.
No,
you know, so many people want to keep these paper templates absolutely perfect. It's paper.
No,
It's made
and you've
be
got to take them
malleable.
out eventually
Yeah,
anyway.
take them out.
And if they're a bit crooked, then you can always give them a quick iron.
Quick press if you want. So, whether you want to use the Hexies in the pack, you see, for me, I think I would go full size
Make
to
the
start off
big
with.
tote.
Yeah, I would make a big. I like big bags,
I do as well.
but you see, there's no reason if you, like we said, if you got the purse fixings in the first show, why you couldn't English paper piece yourself a smaller one. Now, you can make the bag like this. This comes out of the book Happy Hexies, and that's really what the bundle was put together for you to make. But you could make more than one of these. There's no reason why you can't use the Hexi for your lining.
Yes, yeah, you could. Yeah.
Nikki's messaged in. Hello, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
She's loving the programme. Thank you very much. And she's making a Hexi quilt as she's watching. So many of you Hexiing it up.
Hexies are such a good project to do on the move or watching television because actually it doesn't require too much equipment, so you can sit and do it on the sofa. And it's also nice for those mums of us that seem to be a taxi service and you're always, well, make yourself a project bag.
I keep something to do in the middle section, and then if I'm waiting for his nibs.
I keep mints in mine.
Well, you know.
Can't tell the children, though.
No, well, they know now. Oh, no, they're at school.
They're at school, it's fine.
Unless they've watched again. So, to get your Hexi tote bag kit, you get... Do you know what? We've said this makes a bag, but actually, you're getting 75 beautiful pre-cut rainbow Hexies in there. You're getting ½ metre of each of those fabrics. You're getting a metre of interfacing. You're getting a whole heap of craft wadding, and you're getting thread. So, yes, you can make this gorgeous bag. There's the front, English paper pieced beautifully. If I spin it around, that's why we've put the hexagon print in there from Joel Dewberry, and this is why we've given you the plain to line it. That was the idea of the kit. It's got wadding in there, it's got interfacing in there, which is why it stands up so beautifully. But, as we've just discussed, there's no reason, because you're getting larger pre-cut Hexies, why you can't do a larger bag or you can't do a quilt. It's entirely up to you. When you get your fabric home, there are no fabric police that are going to bang on your door and go,
That's
you
not what it's
bought this
intended
from the
for.
sewing quarter in order to do this project. Doesn't matter. You make what you want. What we've done is put a bundle of beautifulness together for you. You get it home. You decide what you want. This is a sit in front of the TV. Prep it.
Yep. Well, I did all this in front of the TV. I did all the gluing in front of the TV, the whole lot.
Yeah,
Whole
perfect.
mess. To say I watched something educational, but I probably didn't.
We won't judge you.
Thank you. But you can make your bag completely different to how I've made mine. You just by choosing different colours for your flowers.
You could. Of course, it doesn't have to be flowers, does it? I mean, you could have done it as a rainbow, just a wash of rainbow hexies.
Yeah, or you could have done it in... because if you look at the design, ignore the flowers, if you turn it sideways on, that's where you get your strips of hexies.
So you could have done it as a
swiveled
rainbow.
it and done strips of colour. Different ways of
Nicola
using the
says
same
this
materials.
Hexi quilt bag is totally amazing.
Oh, she's right though.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad I went with the pink background because I think it just, for me,
Makes the
look, it
colours
matches
pop.
my jumper.
Yeah.
Strange that
It
I like
matches
that.
your wardrobe, yes, absolutely.
My grandmother, when she was younger, and my mum actually, always had matching coat, dress, shoes, bag, hat, the whole lot.
The whole shebang.
Whole lot, all matching.
Wow,
know.
that's
What happened to my mum?
that's dedication.
Yeah, it is.
To coordination.
I think my grandmother was a bit proper.
Really.
Yeah, I think so.
Yay, nothing wrong in that. Now, if you're after some inspiration, this is where it's come from. Or just a little bit more help, or just other ideas in ways to use your hexies, because you get a lot of hexies. So under £10 and you get the Happy Hexies book. And here we go.
And it's got all the help you need inside for how you stitch and how you cut out. Talks about fussy cutting as well, which we can talk about in a bit.
So however you want to do it, it's there. It's there for you to choose how to do, step by step. This is basically what Victoria's done so far. Stitching everything together. They haven't got the glue pen though.
Missing out.
Yeah, I know. And there it is. So it shows you how to do the flowers, how to put these things together, step by step. And then you get on to the project. So it's nicely put together. It shows you how to do it. Then it gives you the projects in order to use those newfound skills. And this is the bag that I say we've made.
You were there in spirit.
Yes, yes.
I was thinking of you when I was stitching.
Absolutely. And hence, you know, it suggests the different materials, which is why we've put that bundle together for you, so you can make this bag. And it really does go into an awful lot of detail for you, showing the pattern, showing you the layout. It's all in there. And then it gives you, you know, that's the size to do it with.
And it gives you as well instructions on how to hand quilt the hexies as well. If you look at the design on the front, they've actually hand quilted the front as well.
Now this here is actually made out of hexies, would you believe? So it's just a really heavily patterned one. So there's your centre one, and you can just see them all going off around there. But there's no reason why you couldn't make that with the bundle that we've put together for you.
Yes, because the pattern calls for hexies that are exactly the same size, well, near as you can get, to the ones that come in the pack.
So if you wanted to do that bag instead, you've got that option. So basically, grab the bundle, grab the bag, the book, and you can make whichever bag you wish.
That's my fault, because I said that earlier.
Somewhere in there made sense. Oh, you see, tea cozies. I've just bought a new teapot as well.
See, they've also got some placemats at the back of that I liked, the coasters and the placemats.
And the fact they're big enough to fit your cup of tea and a biscuit on. Very important. Although they don't look like very big biscuits.
Little biscuits.
That's the point. Oh, I like that. Look at that.
Nice pillow.
Oh, lots of options.
A hexagonal pillow made out of hexies.
Nice. It's all in there. It's all in there for under £10, £9.95, WDSP 58. Now, you see, we're just chatting away, you're just sewing away.
Just busy sewing them together.
This is what you can be doing. Like you say, you're waiting for the kids, you know, hubby's got the football on, but you want to be, you know...
Vaguely social.
Yes, that's...
Without having to watch the football.
For me, I have a child of an age where he wants you in the room,
But doesn't need you.
No, doesn't need me necessarily. But when he needs me, he needs me. You've got to be there on hand. And bath time.
Yes.
You can't go off and leave them in the bath, but he likes to spend an hour in the bath playing with all his toys.
Yeah, it's playtime.
Yeah. So, you know, something like that to do so they can have the best time.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like it was just an hour of
watching
sitting
bubbles
next to the bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is perfect. That's why these projects are just great.
So there.
Oh, it's coming together a treat.
It's all coming together nicely. A quick one about the papers. What I did with these is I drew these little hexagons and I put them on a piece of paper and put them through the photocopier.
Right.
So I'm not having to draw out tons and tons of them because you needed quite a few. Your other option is when you are constructing something like this, the general rule is that you only need the papers whilst you're joining the flowers together. When you have attached a hexie in here, you can start to take out ones in the middle. Right. And then you can reuse those papers elsewhere. So you can be a little bit organised about how you do the process.
You can get the pack with over 100 in pre-cut hexies that we've got on the show.
Even
Job
better.
done.
Job done. Absolutely.
Which I think was produced for, was that like $6.95 or something for them all pre-cut, ready to go?
See, save loads of time.
$6.75, there you go.
Okay, good stuff.
If you work out how much you would value your time per hour.
I know.
To cut out.
Give yourself at least minimum wage.
Yeah. How many were in there? Was it 196? It was 190. So that's 28 flowers.
That's
You can really batch make, can't you?
Yeah.
In fact, I have a friend who is, this is like beyond organised. So whenever she has little scraps left over, she's got these hexagons to hand. Makes
them as she goes.
And then she's got pots and pots of them colour-coded.
Oh, I bet that looks great.
It looks amazing. I mean, she can never make anything with them. I will forbade her from ever.
It is an art installation.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're all there in colour so that she can do a massive project. But she's just got pot after pot.
Preparing.
Of it all prepared, ready to... I salute her. The hours of prep. But because she's done it as she goes along, it doesn't feel like...
No,
it's just like, I've got this little off scrap, don't want to throw it away, just going to do that. That's perfect. And of course, having a glue stick as well is invaluable here. £5.95, JTEQ 57 there.
I can continue stitching, or would you like to have a look at the fussy cutting templates?
Yeah, let's have a look at that as well, because we touched on this. In the book, it talks about fussy cutting. We've got different options for you today. If you want to just grab the bag kit that we've put together for you with all the material and all the hexagons pre-cut, all done for you, great, job done. Easy, happy days. Sometimes you might want to throw in, like we were saying, some of your scraps from your beautiful fabrics, other projects, things like that. We've got these. Now, these are your traditional shapes, and we've just picked up some, I hate to say it, out of our scrap box.
Out of the yet-to-be-used box.
Yes. Some Tilda fabric.
Yes.
To show you how to use these. So these are your clover patchwork templates. You get 7 in here. So you get your triangles and your hexies in varying sizes. But what this means is that you've got your basic templates, but what you'll notice, you can start to use them, you can start to mix and match different things in together. So the blues will work together.
I couldn't actually understand the difference between the pink and the blue, because this pink obviously doesn't work with this.
Oh, but if you can
do several along.
You can do several along and work it along. But anyway, they are colour-coded. You can use them however you wish. That gives you, the width of that gives you your seam allowance. So you draw inside for your template, for your material.
No, the inside for your paper template.
Yeah, for your, and then outside for the template for the material.
Yep.
That way around. So paper, template inside, and then your material on the outside. But because this is see-through, you can fussy cut over to you.
So I've just picked out, I've got the Tilda Sweetheart range.
Yep.
So I picked up some of those that I used the other week that were still...
Details for that fat quarter bundle down the bottom of the screen, $37.95. But this is the thing, when you have, and this could be that you've got some scraps left over, or maybe it is that actually you love the fabric and you want a paper piece. Brilliant.
Yeah. So here you can see we've used the large hexagon, and you can place that so you make the most of the pattern that you have available.
That is a design choice with something a bit on.
Mm-hmm.
That is perfectly placed.
It's lovely. And then you can see again with something smaller, you can place centrally over the design, and you're just cutting out on the outside. And if you're particularly nimble, you can just hold that in place and cut with your rotary cutter, or you use a fabric marking pen to mark around the outside and then cut freely.
Brilliant.
But you can just select certain elements of the design to get different effects.
Nice.
And I've done that here with a couple of the other prints within the range. I've used this one here that's got the deer and the bunnies on it.
So show us how you've done these. So this could be that you've got a Tilda bundle, you've got scraps left over, whatever it is, and you want to then make a quilt or something, or a bag or anything else.
Yeah, I just want to make something really striking, and I've taken here the one with the deer on it, and
Stunning.
You've got deer that face in different directions on this print. So I've taken 3 that face left and 3 that have faced right. And I've just used the template, this medium size or smaller of the 2 hexagons, and placed it around the outside. So that when you come to join them together, and I've taken a solid as well. And now these will obviously be smaller once you've wrapped them around your paper. And you can see.
Oh, nice.
You can have them facing each other in pairs.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
And you can see, oh, that one needed a bit of a
That's
press.
That's your Tilda fabric, because we've never seen it used before.
You can see the different effect that it gives by just picking out those elements of the design.
Oh, show that again. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
So I've put that with a solid, but you could, of course, choose something else
One
from
of
the
the
range.
others,
That
yeah.
I've fussy cut as well to make sure that you've got 4 dots.
That's beautiful. Or you could just reverse applique something, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I quite like the effect that fussy cutting can have. And when you're using things like stripes, you can line up those stripes around, and it looks like you've got a larger hexagon stripe going round.
That's really stunning.
Yeah.
This is just to give you an idea. So if you want to get these... Now, the thing about this is that you're not trying to work out how to draw a hexie or anything like that.
No, because to get the angles right, if you don't get the angles right, when you come to join them together,
they're not going to join.
It just doesn't work.
So it keeps everything standardised. It's going to keep everything the same. You've got 7 different shapes.
You've got your
sizes,
your diamonds.
Now, there are all sorts, quilters at home will probably be shouting at the screen because you'll know exactly how all these different ones fit together in terms of, you can do, you can have that and then flip that around and have then another one like that, and you can piece them all together into all sorts of different... You can be really creative with them, however you want to be with it. I've seen some stunning designs, and once you start playing with them, it's like, okay, so is that... No, do I want to do that along there, or do I want... how do they all work together? And you can do all sorts of different patterns and designs and all sorts of different things. Really beautiful. For £8.45, grab them, play. The inside gives you your paper template. The outside line gives you your material template with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So grab those for £8.45. Then you've got as many as you want to do. MYGQ 69 gets you that. And you can just see the effect of them matching it with some of your own fabric choices. Now, that was Tilda.
From the Sweetheart range.
From the Sweetheart range, yeah. And if you wanted that, you see, yeah, because also within the that fat quarter range, that you've got this as well. I've always wanted to fussy cut this one.
Yes, that would look nice with the larger one.
That would be gorgeous.
The smaller one. Let's try and find a piece that doesn't need ironing.
Yeah.
But you could even use.
Yeah, you see, it
like
becomes
that section.
It does become your choice, doesn't it?
And then you'd have, as the Hexies join, you'd still get this shape.
Hey, what if you're using the triangles and then you just want to take parts or a section, or like, you know, you want to do it like that.
You
You want to have
lovely
that. That's pretty as well. So it allows all sorts of different creativity. I could play with this for hours.
I know.
Oh, look, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
That fits perfectly.
Yeah, doesn't that? So you see, you've got all of these different options, but you see then maybe if you get another of your little ones, yeah, straight in.
Some little flowers in.
Really pretty. Really pretty. So that's why these are just so useful, because you can, when we say fussy cut, this is what we mean.
And you're almost, with the Hexies, you're almost creating what reminds me of like a kaleidoscope.
Yes.
You know, when you look through those and you've got the pattern repeating all the way around, it's like you have got a little mirror in.
This is another one out of that Sweetheart range. It's like it's been made for it. Look at that.
Perfect.
How pretty is that? Just beautiful. Really beautiful. Now, you see, I think what I would do is maybe have that as the central piece and then have planes around.
Yeah, you could pick out the different colours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we've got enough in here to find. I think I used most of the pinks.
Could you pick out some green?
You could pick out the greens.
Obviously, we're mixing and matching everything that we've got on the show, but, you know, when you get it home, you can do that. There's no reason.
Or you could pick out the pinks.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like the pinks and the greens together.
Yeah.
Oh, decisions. Okay, so basically what you need to do is get your hexagonal packs and play.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, is creating something that's unique to you and something that talks to you and appeals to you. Because I've said that I really love that bag, the colours really appeal, but to someone else that's too bright and they want a more muted palette, and this is that's
the way.
something more muted.
Gorgeous. Ooh. Now, you mentioned the bag. Let's have a look again at this bag. This bag came out of the Happy Hexies book. I feel like we've digressed a little bit, but I kind of like where it took us, because it's all about those Hexies, isn't it? It's all about, what are you going to do? You can do a bag like this. You can do, you know, this is actually, if you get the Hexi templates, then you can do it with any of your fabric, or if you, for me, with the kit, what's so important about the kit is that you're getting those 75 planes. You're getting a whole rainbow. So whether you want to use them as a rainbow, whether you want to, like we've just done, play with the tilde fabric, you're also getting in there your wadding, so that if you choose to make a bag or a blanket, you've got that. You've got your interfacing as well. You've got your threads, so that you're not having to rummage around and try and find a thread that's going to work. You're also getting a ½ metre of Joel Dewberry fabric. Whether you choose to make this bag, you've got two beautiful fabrics in there as well. You've got the plain and you've got the Joel Dewberry. No one has ever complained about having too much, have they?
No, never.
This is one of those things, oh, you gave me too much. How dare you?
I know.
No, we dare.
Plenty to go.
I think what we can agree on is, if you get the hexagons, the 75 hexagons in there, that is going to work. If you want to, so like we've just played with the tilde, you're going to find tonally colours that work
And
with
you see,
all sorts in your stash.
And, you know, just the different effects that you get. I've chosen oranges and red, a little bit of red in there, but on here I've chosen the blues.
So you don't have to, you don't have to, I mean, this was made out of these pre-cut Hexies, but you cut them down, you made them smaller. I wonder if you could, and then use the triangles, you see, would fill in those gaps.
It does look like a massive jigsaw.
Yeah. I'm sure there are designs that would work like that. You put your... Oh,
Guess what you're doing at the weekend?
I know. Oh gosh, but the book is a great place. If we've bamboozled you with ideas, grab the book, because then the book will take you through with patterns, with templates. It will take you through step by step. We get carried away and come up with all sorts of different ideas. But for under £10, you've then got absolutely brilliant ideas that you can follow step by step. It will hold your hand, take you through the whole process, including if you're brand new to English paper piecing, it's going to take you through there. £9.95 for that, WDSP 58. Shall I give you the details again? Oh, the Tilda Fat Quarter Bundle is down there. If you would like to get these amazing Hexi things,
These bracelets.
the beautiful bracelets, yes, jewellery. These are by Clover. They know a thing or two, don't they?
They do.
Clover?
They make handy products.
So you've got your triangle and hexagon, and actually some diamond in there as well. Templates. The inside gives you your paper piece. Your outside gives you your material. So you place them over, as we've just shown. You can show the pattern. For example, you've got your little lamb here. Oh, the little lamb. How do we want the little lamb to be? There. That's how the little lamb needs to be. Beautiful. Beautiful. Little lamb. Let me spin that one. Little lamb. Meh. When are you back with us next, Victoria?
Thursday.
Oh, are you? What are you doing on
Yes.
Thursday?
I knew you were going to ask that. What am I doing on Thursday? If only I could remember.
Something.
A picnic bag and some Tilda friends. There's some bird houses and birds and flowers.
Oh, we haven't done those yet.
No.
I love those.
They're really cute. I made some houses yesterday.
How exciting.
They're nice.
That's Thursday. Tomorrow is, of course, Penguin Day as well.
Which I didn't know
In fact-
was even a thing.
Oh, yeah, no, you said your daughter was going to get very excited when she found out
Emily
that this
sleeps
is
with
in
about
fact
6 non-live penguins in her bed.
amazing.
She would love a pet penguin.
What's that film?
Happy Feet?
Pepper, Penguin, something or another. Anyway, Mr. Pepper Penguins. Can't remember. Coming out tomorrow. Quick, get me out of this. Crazy Little Things. At 8 a.m. Make a bunny. Is that our big-eared bunny? Is big-eared bunny back? Or is it a different bunny? It's a different bunny. Many bunnies. At 9 a.m. Baby quilts. At 10 a.m. it's that toy penguin. Penguin. Fabulous Scrap Crazy at 11. Oh, nice.
I'll leave some of my scraps behind.
Ooh, I like the sound of this. Thank you so much for joining us today, for buying as you have done. If there's anything left in your basket, please check out. Make sure that you've got everything. Grab yourself a fabulous bag bundle. You too can be making this. You're going to be back Thursday?
Yes, I'll see you Thursday.
I'm back tomorrow with Jo Carter. You've been brilliant. Thank you so much for all of your pictures as well. They've been absolutely inspirational.
It's so nice to see what other people have made.
Really lovely. We will see you 8 o'clock in the morning, sharp. Oh, yes. Well, maybe not sharp, with a cup of tea.
It's slightly fuzzy around the edges.
Yeah. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sewing Quarter is at the very heart of sewing, as we bring you all things sewing and quilting. The team behind us live and breathe sewing day to day. We strive to bring you exclusive offers, exciting live demonstrations, and most importantly, we will custom cut fabric to your specification in our very own cutting room. We will also be bringing you TV exclusives that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So come and join us today at the Sewing Quarter.
Welcome to the Sewing Quarter.